Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Are we live? Let's hope nothing breaks down. Welcome, guys. Hey, Matilda. Hey, that word Junior. Welcome. Glad to see you guys. It's been like 11 or 12 days since the last stream. I cannot believe it. Oh my god. I'm so glad to be streaming again. It's been like one of those weeks where I've just been like, I've just not had time at night to stream. So it's because I've been working on edits and then the edit took forever, so it was just like one of those things where I was so glad to finally like just have time. How is everybody? Oh my goodness. Yes, I'm OCD checking, making sure that everything is set up correctly after I did the one thing wrong. Okay, we're good. Hello. Welcome, welcome. Oh, welcome. Karsif, I hope I'm saying your name right. Hi, Ali. Hey, Ellery. Welcome, welcome, guys. I missed you all. Good to be back on stream. Just been like sadly looking at the Scooby Doo books and just being like, nah, so depressing. I want to read a book. I want to read a Scooby Doo book. Hang on. Sorry, I'm gonna scooch, mister. You did, thanks. Yay! I said somebody's name right. I'm always saying, oh boy. Especially people's names I always say wrong. Okay, hang on. Let me go around and get the books that I just dropped on the ground. Hang on, guys. The phone arm does not have the arm on it, but it is in my way, so that's fun. Not more than just one drop. Did I only drop the one? Nobody needs to see the mess that is those clothes back there. All right, let's see. How is everybody? Hey, Fortnite. Alma has come out as a lesbian. Yes, I was getting so many messages when that news broke, and I was just like, oh, that makes me so happy. When did I get all of them? Okay, I only dropped the one. I wanted to make sure that I wasn't gonna like have one like on the ground where a cat could get it. Hi, Patrick. Patrick, thank you so much for the stuff that you sent. I am so stoked. I'm actually gonna before we whoops, let me move this back for a second so that we don't have the glary light. I'm super excited to make a bunch of videos, and streams too. But I'm gonna start with a little do a little haul of the things that came in the mail today, because today was mail day. Be prepared for me to ramble briefly this week's. Oh, I was about to ask you about the D&D update. Always, I was like, when I was in my time not streaming, I was just like, oh, and I wonder how the D&D campaign is going. I feel like your D&D campaign is like my like soap opera. I'm just like, but what happens? Yeah, I wish your D&D group was a podcast too. Okay, so quick recap before we get into everything else, because it feels like 3.5 years since we did this, even though it hasn't really been that long. I love your setup, by the way. Thank you so much. Shout out again, because I'm going to be shouting out Noah Hutchins until the day I die for the Sanderson sister dolls and the Dragon Bean doll, because they make it so much extra cozy in here. I love it. Hey, Adrielle. Please excuse my hiding in a corner. When I am in a stream, you'll probably never know it because I rarely ever I'm one of those, like, I'm a lurker when I'm watching a stream, so I totally get it. You like my hair? Thank you. Thank you so much. It's actually really messy and probably needs a haircut and for the color to be redone. But thank you. So yeah, we've got Terrifying Pterodactyl, which I still have not recovered from. Wrestler's Ghost, Doughy Creature, Wandering Witch, Batty Vampire, this is previously on, Angry Alligator, Bigfoot Beast, which is still a weird name, we can all agree, Television Monster, Dr. Jenkins and Mr. Hyde, and tonight's story, The Case of the Seaweed Monster. I hope, if the resolution for this was that it was a real seaweed monster, I think I would just not know what to do. I think my sanity would just go. Making myself known, I feel that. Thank goodness you're streaming. I'm at the airport and my flight leaves at 11 p.m. Oh no! stuck here and it's only 5 p.m. Oh no, I'm so sorry. Well, I'm glad to be keeping you company, Tilly. I'm glad you're here. Um, so I got mostly stuff from Patrick this time, and then I also got a package from Zikamo. But I just want to show off this stuff because it is so cool. Let me scooch, little Mr. Man. Sorry, Bean. Ah, this, I love this. Everything pretty much in this room, I was kind of like recycled furniture. It was furniture that my parents or someone in my family was like, I'm not using this. And I was just like, well, I am kind of putting together a stream room. So, this desk was like the only thing I really bought for this room. But like this lamp, I love it, but it's been knocked over onto the floor so many times. It's so crooked. My brother cannot stand looking at stream because of how crooked it is. So sorry about that. Thank you. Glad to help, convenience store, Tilly. I keep like going to read because I like read everybody's screen name, but I know your name is Tilly, so it always comes out as convenience store Tilly, which sounds silly, but I like it. Oh, that rhymed. Our party found first good relic, nice, but also our characters got traumatized in order to make that happen. Not nice. We basically got trapped in a dream that had to make a choice. Ooh, but the choice we had to make was between love and selfishness. Ooh. See your other comment. No, I didn't. The trailer for the new Velma series next year dropped. I have seen it. And I have seen this character designs. I'm really excited. It's been a great week in the Scooby Doo fandom. When are you and Natasha playing Dungeons and Dragons? Hopefully soon. Natasha and I filmed the next Whodunit, which should come out. We filmed it like almost 2 weeks ago now, but like I've been like trying to get out like pre-recorded things, and I've had a lot of just collabs and things going on. So it's still just the raw footage is just still on the camera, and I'm just like, I can't wait to actually like post that because that's gonna be a fun one. We haven't done Whodunit in a second, but Dungeons and Dragons would be so much fun. Natasha is so funny at Dungeons and Dragons, and you know, dice makers always make fascinating players, so that's always fun. Ooh, and I moved up Nancy so she can be seen here better. Your voice is panting. Oh, hi, Peter Barker. I'm glad you're glad to hear my voice. I gotta show you guys this because oh, side note, by the way, I think what I want to do this thing because I want to cover Beetlejuice for October, but I also want to do, I haven't done like a craft or a kitchen thing in a while, so I want to try to recreate the handbook for the recently deceased, and I'm hoping that'll be a fun video. Welcome everybody, the band's back together. 3 a.m. challenge video. I know, right? Hey Jay, I'm doing good. I know it hasn't really been like it just like I usually post at least 2 videos a week, so when it's only a 1 video week, it always feels so weird. Like it's been 1 week pretty much almost exactly since between the last video and this video, and that was partly because the whole Murder, She Wrote having to be reposted debacle, and then I just had a lot of work to do, and then I had editing for this, the Hocus Pocus 2, and that was just a long video, so it took forever, and then in all that time I also just didn't have time to stream, and so I'm actually glad to just be back. Yes, just in time. We haven't started reading yet. Yeah, so here are some things, by the way. Thank you again, Patrick. Monster House on DVD, which makes me so happy because I love Monster House. For the holiday, Hunter and Dermot. Avery has never seen it. You can only find library copies, and it's not available to stream. Ooh, I'll have to dig. I'm kind of known for being able to dig up things online, so maybe I'll be able to find it in some dark, distant corner of the internet. But How did you know I was going to cover Monster House this Halloween? I am so excited, and now I have it on DVD, which will make it easier. That's so much easier. Trick or Treat Scooby Doo. I have not seen Trick or Treat Scooby Doo. I need to cover that this Halloween. Maybe I'll call Nate from Scoobytopia, and maybe Nate will want to cover it. His channel's great. If anybody loves Scooby Doo, go check out Scoobytopia. It's a great channel here. Trying to keep up with chat. Example of the dreams being Druid having to choose between staying in the dream with her parents, who she lost like age 10, and moving forward towards. Oh my gosh, your DM is like genius, but also wow. Just giving you the hard choices. That's amazing. It's so fascinating. It's going to be a great week when we finally get a new live action Scooby movie. Yeah, it's great to hear, especially since Scoob got like scrapped and then everything. It's nice to like get this new. I love new Scooby content. It's always great. I literally did Sam covering Monster House this Halloween. I need to find it. Yes. I love it. Thank you so much. We have. Oh, I forgot that this was a Steven Spielberg and Robert Zemeckis film. So we have that. We also have a Nicholas Sparks collection, which I know that I'm just going to curl up on like a rainy day and watch and just be like crying my eyes out. Thank you for that. That's going to be fun. Queens of Scream. I Know What You Did Last Summer, When a Stranger Calls, Vacancy, and The Cave. 4 movies which I saw. I've seen parts of. No, I haven't seen any of these movies, so I'm excited. I'm going into these movies blind. We also have Dick Van Dyke and the Lucy Show collection, which makes me so happy. And my grandmother also, because we love this kind of stuff. So not only am I going to use this to cover stuff, but we're just going to watch the hell out of this. So thank you for that. Nerd Sync is also really good. They love Scooby Doo to death. Yeah, Nerd Sync is really fun. Time to give you the reminder on who's going to have the Clue Keeper. Yeah, let me get that going while I'm here talking about this. Charlie Brown Christmas Tales. This will be so much fun for the holidays, by the way. More Hex Girls and Scooby Doo, even the Velma series, because that would be badass. Same. I don't know if you guys were on stream when I was talking with Maddie with any luck, because we keep having to put off the beginning of the Kingdom Hearts series because like Maddie's been sick and then busy and then there's all kinds of stuff has happened. I had the whole tick Lyme disease scare thing, that whole thing happened, and then so it's just we've kept having to push it back. So hopefully this Monday, as in 2 days from now, we'll finally be able to start the Kingdom Hearts series. And also, Maddie and I have talked about filming some videos together. One of them being Scooby Doo, the vampire, the one that I always forget the actual name of it, the one with the Hex Girls. So that will be exciting. DM is a genius when it comes to setting up really meaningful character moments. Literally everyone is crying by the end. Yeah, I bet your DM is a great writer. I bet they're just a fantastic writer. For millennial movie members to convince Ashton to cover Scooby Doo. Yeah. We don't talk about Scoob. One day. One day. I know like parts of it were released, but maybe one day we'll, I don't know. Yeah. Let me get that poll going while I'm thinking about it, because ADHD brain go burr. Who's got the Clue Keeper? So who was it before? We've had Fred, we've had Fred twice now, because Fred was the it was Fred twice, Velma twice, and Daphne what? Or maybe it was Velma 3 times. I can't remember all of a sudden. I know we had Daphne 4 times in a row, and that was insane. Daphne an unreasonable amount of times. Yeah, Daphne, it's funny because I'm sure when they wrote them it was all spaced out and even, but I guess just the way that I happened to mix up the books on my shelf, we just got all the Daphne in one chunk, which I love Daphne, but it felt like she was just commandeering it and everybody else is just like, please, Daphne. Can we keep the Clue Keeper, please? Who's keeping the Clue Keeper? Who's keeping the clue keeping? That's not what I meant, right? Keeper. Let's see. I keep adding Shaggy and Scoob, even though I know that they're not going to get a turn, which makes sense. Like, maybe one day. Oh yeah, that's right. This stream was gonna write the unofficial story of how they what case they got that caused them to be banned from keeping the Clue Keeper. Let's see. Let's ask our community. I thought sending you the Charlie Brown DVD would give you a head start on Christmas. Yes, because we're probably gonna honestly start doing Christmas stuff around November because it always had Scrappy for shit. Oh my god, if Scrappy showed up, that would be so funny. I don't hate, by the way, I don't hate Scrappy like a lot of people hate Scrappy, but I just find it entertaining how much people don't like Scrappy. You know, yeah, that's true. Last book was we read definitely broke Daphne's streak for now. You can never tell if the current book will bring it back. I know. Daphne will reacquire like Thanos and the Time Stone. Just be like mine. Watching Nate. Yeah, Nate's great. Nate's super sweet. Just watched it yesterday. I love how somewhat less formulaic in most Scooby Doo films since we're supernatural. Yeah, that's always good. I love seeing new life be brought into Scooby Doo because Scooby Doo is great. I hope a Scooby Doo is just something that I mean it will be around forever because there's so much content. But like you know, I'd like to know that future generations will still know what it's like to get new Scooby Doo stuff and interesting, new versions of the story. I voted for Fred just because I haven't voted for him yet. Fair enough. I think Velma gets voted for most almost every single time. I think not necessarily because we think that she's going to be, but just because we know she keeps the best clues. Obviously, she's Velma. Scooby-Doo anime and Scooby-Doo series. Yeah. We better get those adaptations within that. Yeah, for sure. Batman Ninja, yes. Okay, let me go through the other while everybody is still settling. I'm gonna go through the other mail things because I want to properly say thank you to everybody in person. Let me think of Scoob. Yeah. Okay, so we also have, we've already talked about this, the Liberty's Kids, which will be very fun to cover. But we also have, thank you, Patrick, the Anne of Green Gables movies, which I remember us talking about, but I completely forgot until I opened up the mail today, and I was just like, oh my god! This is like so, somebody even said in the comments, this is just so cozy and adorable, so that's also going to be very fun. And Ikamo, I don't know if you're here or will be watching the VOD, but thank you for sending in Luigi's Mansion. This will be a very fun series of streams for sure. Addition to all the dreams thing, my druid is still distancing herself from her two oldest friends because she's realized party they were low-key toxic friends. Wow, nice. And my books. Yes, let me show you this. Fine, actually, I don't know if you know this, but I owned a copy of Camp Rock the Junior novel, and before I moved into this house 4 years ago, I gave it away. And then like when we started doing the reading streams, I was like, damn, like I should have held on to it because it would have been a great reading stream, but now we have it. Hey Vincent. Fred is a man with many talents, but his biggest gift is his uncanny ability to always have the best hair no matter what, no matter where he is or who he's with. Yeah, and also I like when he keeps the clues because, like, sometimes I feel like Fred is super underutilized, so if he's the one, like, recounting the clues to us, that makes it feel more balanced. The Hardy Boys, this is from the ATAC part of the series. I remember talking about this on the Nancy Drew streams, where they're working for ATAC, American Teens Against Crime. This will also be a very fun. These are all going to be great reading streams. Camp Rock, some of those songs still slap. Yeah, for real. For real, for real. Legend of Sleepy Hollow, Super Adventures of Wishbone. My brother was super happy. He was like, oh my god, just looking at that book is nostalgic. We also have a Wishbone Mysteries, Key to the Golden Dog, and Nancy Drew notebook. Which one is this? Out of Tune or Out of Luck. So that is so cool. And yeah, those are all gonna be super fun reading streams. So thank you so much, guys. Fred, the original himbo, yes. Fred sounds great for being an 85-year-old man. I know, and doesn't he voice Fred's dad in the show? I guess he's voicing Fred's dad. The voice actor that's always voiced Fred. I just think that's really cute. Just Scooby Doo when Fred is punched in the stomach and whimpers like a poor Fred. I used to hate Fred, but I appreciate him. As time goes on, I appreciate him more and more. He's just a sweet little dude who just wants his friends to all stay safe. Shaggy and Scooby will never be keepers. They don't give a shit about Mr. Sullivan. Yeah, they're just homies. They're just along for the ride. They're just like, yeah. They're just those ride or die friends that you're just like, they'll just do anything to chill with you. That's Shaggy and Scooby. Frank Walker voices Fred's uncle in a pup named Scooby Doo. That's right. I forgot about that. Pup named Scooby Doo is great. It used to come on because I was homeschooled, so it used to come on like early afternoon, which was when us homeschoolers were finishing up our school, because I figured out how to do the packets of work really fast and just be done early. So I remember being like lunch and then pup named Scooby Doo if I can get my work done on time. The case of the every time I write notes to you guys who send me stuff, I'm always just like, sorry for the handwriting. It's probably really hard to read. A grown-up red herring, that would actually be great. Wishbone, this and the original Ghost Rider. The remake is fine, but I like the cheesiness of the original. Need to be released somewhere for streaming or purchase. Yes, classics. Grown-up red herring would be great. The keeper of the vibe and the snacks, yes. Oh boy, okay. So case of, I was halfway through. I'm telling you, ADHD brain go burr. Seaweed monster. Sometimes I just think about how, you know, when you have those existential moments and you're just like, that person that I bought all these books on eBay from, or the person who donated the books to Goodwill where I got them, or, you know, whatever, like they'll never know the joy that specifically like stuff like this will bring the entire chat. It feels like I'm glad to be bringing somewhat of new attention to these books, because I've literally never heard anybody talk about them, and they're so cute. For Halloween, you need to cover all 3 Scooby-Doo Halloween movies. Scooby-Doo, Goblin King, Happy Halloween, Scooby-Doo, Trick or Treat, Scooby-Doo, in that order. I'll try to get all of them done. If I can't, obviously, and I'm gonna double down on this coming into the new year, after Halloween, like, Halloween, just, it's always fair game to do Halloween stuff on this channel. I think that's just the way it's gonna work. It's always kind of been the way it's worked. This past year, I tried to kind of save things aside, but I think that's definitely out the window. Because there's just so many great Halloween things to cover. But yes, I'll try to get as many of them done as soon as I can. Fred was never my favorite character. I always see him as a prick. But I love him in Mystery Incorporated where they make him. Oh, yeah, I do love, because Fred, when they actually give Fred a personality and something to do, he's sweet. Like, he's never done anything wrong. But, like, as a kid, I always found him so boring because he never did anything. One went into Red Herring, who's super rich and super ripped and drives a sports car, and Daphne has a girlfriend and Fred's all Red Herring. Yeah. Oh, yeah. What kind of restaurant are we going to be in? We've done a lot of pancakes, right? Didn't we have a thing where there were like 2 pancake places in a row? It all kind of runs together, but I feel like that was the thing. Seaweed Monster. Yeah, I read it right. Some of the titles are just, I write them and I'm just like, what? What is the one? Whoops. No, I don't want to update. I don't have McAfee. Why would I update McAfee, computer? What is the one movie y'all have to watch during the spooky season? Like going out of your way, Scooby Doo, or otherwise? There's a couple actually. One of my brother's favorite ones, aside from me, one of my brother's favorite ones is Corpse Bride. So that was always a big thing for us. As for me personally, Hocus Pocus is essential. Scary Godmother and Scary Godmother 2, very fun. Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost is also a favorite of mine, and Scooby-Doo Zombie Island is another favorite. There's just so many great. And it's not something that I grew up with, but ever since I covered When Good Ghouls Go Bad, which I got the book version in the mail today, I had ordered it on eBay and it showed up today. Ever since covering that, I have to watch it at least once a year just because I think it's such a sweet movie. Yeah, I feel like it would be seafood because sea monster, they're gonna need a pivot. I think you're onto something. A copy of Following Season of the Witch. Oh, thank you, Patrick. I appreciate you so much. Scary Godmother. That originally led me to this channel. Oh, I always wonder what the original thing that led you guys to this channel was, because I know early on a lot of people were just finding me because I used to be somebody who was a lot more active as far as like being an active viewer and commenting on other people's videos, and just like engaging in the conversation there. Because I'd rather die than self-promote myself, but just engaging in the comments there led a bunch of people back to this channel. And then a lot of other people, I get comments from people that are just like searching for random obscure things and then find a video that I did a while back and are just like, wow, you covered this too? I'm like, I have. I've covered a lot. Rain says either sushi or crepes. Yeah, sushi or it's either going to be something really on brand for Seaweed Monster or really, really, really off brand. All right, let's get into it. All of these are copyrighted between 2000 and 2002, so they must just like shit out a bunch of these books. Oh, interesting. Okay. All right, guys, you glance at your watch and see that you are late. You start running down the street, trying not to bump into anybody. You turn a corner and have to stop short. A long line of people stretches down the street in front of you. You start walking down the street, and then you hear someone call your name. You look up and see Daphne waving at you from the front of the line. Hurry, we're next, she shouts. You run the rest of the way down the street, and this is at the soup dish, by the way. And meet up with Daphne, Fred, Velma, Shaggy, and Scooby-Doo, of course. Scooby-Doo's actually sitting on the floor. He's usually sitting in a chair like a human person. Also, they always sit around like we're on a sitcom. Do we get to sit on the fourth wall side of the table? Next, yells a voice from inside the door. Like, that's us, Shaggy exclaims. Let's go, Scooby-Doo. Scooby jumps up and runs inside with Shaggy before the rest of you take one step. You follow Fred, Daphne, and Velma inside the restaurant and look around. It's not very big. There's a row of about 10 round tables along the left side of the restaurant. Along the right side is a serving line. A waiter leads you and the gang to a table in the back. Daphne turns around as she walks. This place has the best soup, she says. I mean, it's called the soup dish, I would hope. And there are no menus. They just keep bringing you different soups until you tell them to stop. Wait. So, so you have no choice in what you're eating. It's like, it's really good, but if you're allergic, sucks to suck, I guess. We give you like soup with like nuts or something that you're allergic to. Deal with it. Hey, Hannah. Thank you guys all for being there for the premiere of the Hocus Pocus video too. I was so glad to finally get that one out the door. It's Brazilian Soup House. Yeah, yeah. Actually, it would be like a fun experience, you know? Where are we? I lost my place. Like, that's great, Daff, Shaggy says, but what else do they have? That's it, Shaggy, Daphne says, just soup. You mean people actually wait in line just to have soup? Shaggy asks. When has Shaggy ever been picky on food? Shaggy would absolutely love soup. Shaggy, people will wait in line for anything. That's special, Velma says, like at the aquarium the other day. Pivot point. Man, don't bring that up, Shaggy moans. The waiter puts a bowl of soup in front of everybody. Rikes, he yells, and dives under the table. What's the matter, Scooby? Daphne asks. Scooby's tail pops up. He changes into an he changes it into an arrow. So shape-shifting tail, if anybody can see that. And points at his bowl of soup. I don't remember Scooby having this specific mutant power, but there you go. There's nothing in there but some Chinese cabbage, Velma says. That's not lettuce, Shaggy says. That's seaweed. Make way, Scoob. He dives under the table, too. Fred, Daphne, and Velma all smile and shake their heads. They're just being silly, Daphne asks. Something in the soup reminds him of our last mystery. It was a real interesting one, Fred continues. I'll bet you would have loved to have helped us solve it. You still can, you know, Velma suggests. Why don't you read our clue keeper and see if you can figure out the mystery, too? She reaches into her pocket and takes out a small notebook. Everything you need to know is all in here, she says. I should know because I took the notes this time. Yay, we get Velma. Remember, when you see suspect eyes, you've just met a suspect, Daphne says, and a flashlight tells you that you've just found a clue, continues Fred. After each entry, we'll ask you some questions to help you along. So keep your own clue keeper and a pencil handy. I have a pen, because I'm committed to what I write, I guess. I don't know. And good luck on solving the case of the seaweed monster. Found you and Pushing Up Roses on the same time, like 7 months ago, looking up R.L. Stein videos. Yay! I love Pushing Up Roses. She's amazing. Reading this book is the first time the author has interacted with the Scooby Doo lore. I'm calling it now. There won't be a single Jinkies in sight. Or you'll have Velma saying Jeepers, which pissed me off. Finally, Velma has a turn. I know, it feels like a while. Very out of character for Shaggy, yeah. Oh, yeah, the Winnie the Pooh spaghetti episode. I found some more of those. They're really hard to come by because Disney Plus hasn't put it on Disney Plus yet. Welcome to Pooh Corner, but I found some more episodes on the online archive, so I've been meaning to, for a while, cover some more of that. Been a second since I've done Scooby-Doo stuff. I need to do Scooby-Doo Halloween stuff, too. Sorry, I just hit the mic. I hope that wasn't super loud. I have to watch Monster Mash 2000 for no other reason, but I like it, and Mad Monster Party. I did a video on Mad Monster Party. Fish and chips. Yeah, it would have made sense if they were doing fish and chips. Fish and chip shop, it takes place in the UK. I know. Definitely. Pushing Up Roses and Avery collab when? I would love nothing more. Pushing Up Roses is way too famous to collab with me, but I would absolutely... My life could be over right there. Pushing Up Roses is the best. I have a little sticker stuck. It won't come out. Oh, no. Oh, gosh. Yeah. We kind of did a really old cartoon, but always for comedic purposes. Yeah. Spaghetti episode was the first video I ever saw of yours. Okay. That was the chaotic beginning of all of this. Was just that I remember the day that I filmed that video. I remember just being like, I now have to sit through and just sift through all this footage and edit it. Give me meddling kids. We haven't had a single meddling kids. I feel like they're doing it on purpose to like, oh, we don't want to use that trope. But it's like, use it. We love that trope. Come on. All right. So now let's do another poll. Book of Pooh. Yes, I've been meaning to cover Book of Pooh. That was one of my favorite Winnie the Poohs because that was on when I was like 5-ish, so I watched it a lot. We watched Scooby Doo and Zombie Island for the first time in years. Yeah. I'm excited to cover that one. That one still holds up, I think. Then we all plugged you to P.O. Box. I love getting stuff from you guys, whether it just be notes or something that you think would be cool for the channel or whatever. I'm so grateful that you guys managed to or bother to send me things. I love it. I have a whole side table that I repurposed. It's out and around that corner. So anything that you've sent me that's like for display is on the top. And then underneath there's storage space, so I can keep all the in a cabinet full of like all the books and movies and games and stuff that you guys have sent. And then the drawer part I use for all the like notes, letters, all those types of things. It's all organized. But let's do another poll. Let's do what kind of mystery? Costume, tech, or supernatural? I feel like we've just got, what kind of mystery? I feel like the first one was just like this crazy sci-fi thing, and then since then they've just been like, oh no, yeah, it's just like a guy in a costume, and it's like, okay, but after the pterodactyl thing, that was the opener. What do you expect from us? We're never gonna trust that it's just a guy in a costume again. He's always been able to turn his tail into stuff like Scooby Doo, and the ghoul school used to turn into a key to unlock. That's true. I will say that is true. You're correct about that. We just haven't seen it in this book yet, so in these book series yet, so I just kind of forgot. Someone was probably in the writer's room going like, you meddling kids will make the child reader feel discouraged from being curious. Probably, yeah. That's probably true, because this whole book is about like, you can do it, you can solve the mystery. Which I was super into. I still am really into mystery stuff. I have a goal to cover more like of those like cozy mystery things, like Murder, She Wrote episodes, Monk episodes, maybe Psych episodes, stuff like that. But as a kid, I was really, really into it. And I remember I had a detectives kit that taught you how to be a detective. And if I could ever find it, I have to just talk about it on stream because it's so silly, but so nostalgic. Like a whole little kit. Taught you how to dust for fingerprints. Scooby Doo Supernatural crossover. That also has to happen. Hi, Laser! Didn't know about a stream happening. Yeah, they kind of just happen when they happen. Like to keep everybody on their toes. Mystery stuff, yes. Can't wait for the So Weird video. Yes, So Weird. Thank you for saying that. I've been meaning to cover So Weird for forever. Oh my, BTW. Oh, thank you for asking. I'm good. How are you, Larry? It's been a good day. I got to check the mailbox, and I got a new video out, and we're streaming again. And this has nothing to do with YouTube, but I got a bookbinding kit that I had bought online. It finally came, so now I have like proper bookbinding supplies because I love mending and binding books. Very random, I know, but yeah, it's been a good day. Your account was your review of Welcome to the Throne. I love your reaction to Tigger being ill from too much spaghetti. Yeah, that whole thing was a trip. And it's funny because I've covered so much weird stuff that, you know, a lot of times stuff, you know, I look back at the earlier videos where I'm like, wow, this is really weird. And I'm just like, oh, you sweet summer child, you have no idea the kind of weirdness in some of the stuff you're about to cover. But honestly, Welcome to Boo Corner, I still agree with my like reactions of like, oh my god, because it's the close-ups on the eyes with the whites of the eyes that's terrifying. Starting to feel like fall in Oklahoma. It's finally just kind of starting to feel like fall here too, although it was 80 degrees today. But the leaves are changing color. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a doctor. I got older, I realized Way too squeamish for that. Yeah, everybody used to always say, oh, Avery, you have such a good, like, you should be a nurse. Like, Avery's gonna be a nurse. She's got such a good, like, person. And it's like, yeah, like, I have a personality of, like, you know, I would have good bedside manner, but I also am really squeamish when it comes, like, I don't like blood, and I don't like watching people be in pain, so I'd either just be crying all day, or just queasy, and I probably would be terrible at it. Woof, woof, woof from Peter Barker. Hello, Peter Barker. Peter Barker's a good boy. Forensics in high school, and we had to solve a mystery for a final. Broken in 2 groups. We did not succeed. Oh, I want to set up something like that because we're getting close to being done with Whodunit, and we're thinking about like what kind of thing we want to do for the finale. Because like 9 videos, it'll have been over a year by the time we finish it. So we want to do something special. I'm like, I kind of want to just like devise a mystery, and just kind of like bring in a bunch of my friends to try to like send them on this like chase for this to solve this mystery. October 8th, 11:41 a.m. Right here, it is 8:42 p.m. On the 7th of October. For us to do a Jackboxer murder mystery. Yes. That would be so much fun. I should do that. I checked out the new Don't Hold Me I'm Scared series. Not yet. Everybody is begging me to. And I'm not saying I won't. I just haven't gotten to it yet. Yes, I saw your comment about his tail, Fortnite. You're correct. He can do that. I have amazing bedside manner, but I can't stand looking in people's eyes, especially. Yeah, I'm bad with eye contact too. That's another thing. And then I feel bad because like older people are always just like think it's rude, like, you know, to not like look somebody, but it's like it's stressful. So yeah, it's a lot. Binge watch your Whodunit episodes. I remember watching that series. And thought it was a crazy series. Thank you for watching. We're always happy when those random things that we're not sure anybody else cares about are things that other people care about. That's my favorite part of the channel. Little Sin is actually really good. I still need to watch that. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to have Disney Plus. I don't pay for Disney Plus. One of my relatives has an account that she just lets everybody else in the extended family use, which is very kind of her. And I use that, and that's been immensely helpful for me for the channel because it means that I have access to all those DCOMs and things that I want to cover. So, thank you for that. Yeah. Yeah, I see that. So good for a Halloween binge. Yeah. All right, let's get back into this with Clue Keeper entry number 1. We had just... Oh, it's raining. It's really raining. We had just arrived at the Harbor View Aquarium to see the new dolphin show. We had to wait in the van for a few minutes for the rain to stop. Man, I can't believe Scoob and I had to miss the pizza eating contest at Luigi's just to go see some stupid dolphins, Shaggy complained. Ugh, nature. So boring compared to pizza. Who's not God? Yeah, stand by that. We love Pooh Bear. Pooh Bear is not God. Actually, Shaggy, dolphins are believed to be the smartest mammals on the planet, I said. Ruh-uh, Scooby disagreed. Scooby's right, Shaggy said. Everyone knows that people are the smartest mammals, right, Scoob? Scooby shook his head back and forth. Scooby's like, look, I'm the only talking dog in this universe. Do I get nothing for that? Well, not the only one. Like, his family members also talk. Scrappy and everything, but you know. Frogs, I shouted Scooby gleefully. Oh, brother, Daphne exclaimed with a smile. I can't wait to see this new dolphin show. They say the show features the statue of a golden dolphin that's just been brought up from the ocean floor. Like, I read about that in the newspaper, Shaggy said. Isn't that statue supposed to have some kind of an ancient Isn't that statue supposed to have some kind of an ancient South Seas Island curse on it? There you go. I just didn't read the whole thing. I read that too, Daphne told Shaggy. That just makes it even more interesting. Okay, everyone, it looks like the rain is letting up, Fred said. Let's go in while we have the chance. Dad friend Fred. I feel like Fred would definitely be the one that would have a fanny pack when when the crew goes somewhere together, like when the gang goes somewhere. All right. We got out of the van and ran across the parking lot to the aquarium entrance. There was a long line of people standing under the canopy just outside the building. Many of them were dressed in green ponchos. I knew the ponchos had been purchased at the aquarium gift store because I had one myself that I'd bought the last time I was there. I sure wished I had it with me now. As we got closer, we noticed a man in a green poncho. He smiled and chatted with all the damp people in line. When he saw us approach, he turned and smiled at us. Good afternoon, he said cheerily. Welcome to the Harborview Aquarium. I'm Jonah Bellows, the aquarium's director. I've just been telling folks here about our great new dolphin show. You must see it. I don't know, Shaggy said. Is that gold statue in the dolphin tank really cursed? Mr. Bellows scowled. You read that in the newspaper, didn't you? He said. That article is killing my business. I think it's all part of a plot to shut down the aquarium. That would bring in more business. I would go. If like something's supposed to be cursed, I'd go and see it. Why do you think that? Daphne asks. Have other things been happening? Mr. Bellows looked around to see if anyone was listening. Yes, he replied. Very strange things. Sorry, I don't have my headphones on, so I know it's kind of echoey. Cried Shaggy. It's the curse of the golden dolphin. Shh, Mr. Bellows shushed him. Please, don't say that so loud. It will frighten the other visitors. The gang and I exchanged quick glances. I'm sure we were all thinking the same thing. Here was another mystery for us to solve. A woman came up behind us in line. Don't go in there, she said so loudly that it was almost a shout. Whatever you do, don't enter the aquarium. We all turned around and faced her. She had long, straight black hair and dark eyes. Oh, not you again. Will you please keep your voice down, Mr. Bellows said to her. I will not keep my voice down, the woman replied. People have a right to know the truth. The truth about what? I asked. The truth about the way Jonah Bellows and his staff take advantage of dolphins for personal gain, the woman said. I don't understand, Daphne said. Allow me to explain, Mr. Bellows interjected before the woman could reply. This is Carol Reef. Ah, Reef, like it's from the ocean. From the Sea Creatures Defense Fund. We could have made this something that would have spelled out surf. That would have been cool. Anyway, she believes that we mistreat the dolphins that live in the aquarium. Suspect list, although if there are, I'm kind of with her on the, you know, it's a gray area of morality when it comes to animals in zoos and aquariums. That's right, Carol said. They train dolphins to help find things out at sea, things like sunken treasures and other valuables. Then Jonah and his people get rich while all the dolphins get is a bucket of fish. Well, I mean, the dolphins can't get rich. They're dolphins. They don't care about the gold. But I see your point. I'm sure these young people would rather go inside than listen to us, Mr. Bellows said. He reached beneath his poncho and into his coat pocket. His hand came out holding some small cards. Here, take these, he said, handing us the cards. Oh my gosh. These are VIP passes. Show them to the security guard, and they'll take care of you. Enjoy your visit. Thanks, Mr. Bellows, Fred said, taking the cards. Let's go, gang. We never have to pay for anything, do we? We continued on our way to the front doors. Jonah Bellows and Carol Reef started arguing again. We heard Carol say one last thing to Mr. Bellows. I don't care what you say. You're going to stop what you're doing, she shouted, even if it means I have to find some way to close this whole aquarium down by myself. Ooh. Jinkies! We got one Jinkies! We have a Jinkies on the board. She sure was angry, wasn't she? There's no way you could have missed the suspect eyes in this entry, so open up your clue keeper. Well, what if the kid did miss it? Velma, and you're gonna make him feel bad. Grab a pen or pencil and start your entry for the first suspect by answering these questions. What is the suspect's name? What is she doing at the aquarium? Why do you think she's so angry at Jonah Bellows? Once you're done taking your own notes, read on. All right. check in with chat since I was reading the whole thing. Oh, I've missed a lot of things in chat. Hi, chat. As a kid, I wanted to be a doctor. Yeah, same. Oh, you're still out of internet. I'm so sorry, Vincent. That sucks. Trying to figure out where I left off. Scooby Doo, do do do. So catchy. Just in the middle of the night. Thank you. Yeah, that video was fun to film. I say that about all of them because I always have fun filming. But yeah, that one was. That was an episode. That was an episode of television that exists. They have all the other tropes from the shows, but leave out the most popular phrases of all time. Yeah. It's clear that pigs are the smartest. Pigs are very smart and very clean. We've been doing pigs dirty. Pun not intended, but there you go. By the whole rumor that pigs are gross. They're very clean. If HBO won't release Batgirl, we shall do what they did in Fanboys and go on an adventure to steal it. Yes, like the Declaration of Independence. Look at all those damp people. But it said like the look at all those chickens meme. I love that meme. Zoinks. Damp is a terrible word, yes. Yeah. I had a friend that used to say they made the word sound like what it is about damp, and I get what they mean. Her name is kind of a pun to Coral Reef. Yes, yeah, because it's Carol Reef. Yeah, Carol. Yeah, I like it. I'm a talking dog, yet I never get whole rocking time. Whole entire franchise is named after me. I know, right? And spawned a whole bunch of copycat media. The cheesy light socket says she's guilty. She's 100% right. Yeah. It's just like the I know what you mean. My brain took a second to catch back up. It's the in the previous book we read, the bad guy was had a motivation that we could all get on board with. So it's like, if she's the bad guy, we'll let it slide. Our money, we can buy the Batgirl movie from HBO and release it. I'm so sad that we're not getting that. Not a Jinkies inside, huh? We got a Jinkies. I will admit I was wrong about the Jinkies. I'm glad we got a Jinkies, but I wouldn't have been surprised if you were correct, Ellery. Sometimes they just leave it out. Zoinks and Jinkies, yet no big one we all love. Yeah. I'll take what I can get. I like Zoinks and Jinkies too. Thelma being the lead. Ain't nobody. Bring a crowd to ring on my parade. Yeah. Guys, we didn't get Thelma. Using your glasses in the books. I know, that hasn't happened yet. I'm always losing my glasses, and I'm always quoting that Vine that's like, I can't see shit without my fucking glasses. With Velma. Actors and actresses, characters change. Oh, I'm sorry, your head hurts. Funny Girl would be amazing. Oh my gosh, I should do Funny Girl. Funny Girl would be fun. There's just so many. I'm just overwhelmed by the amount of things that I want to do videos on. And this whole realm of like nostalgic, obscure, otherwise strange stretches just so far, and yeah, there's just so many great options. I love how Velma's like, woohoo, crime! I get thank God. Okay, so the suspect's name is Carol Reef, right? Because it's a pun. Yep. Carol Reef. Doing at the aquarium. I could my brain was trying to put together that it was a pun for coral reef, but I couldn't, like, my brain couldn't quite make the connection. Life's candy and a sun's a bowl of butter. What is she doing at the aquarium? I guess protesting, right? What do you think? She's so angry at Jonah Bellows? Yeah. Okay. So, let's see. Suspect 1. I've been saving all of the note papers of all the clues that we've been keeping. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, if anything, but I've been saving them because I threw out the Nancy Drew note, and my brother was like, you should have done something with it. It's like, it's a bunch of incoherent notes that I wrote while I was just trying to keep the stream afloat. These are a little bit more coherent, so. Maybe if I can pull off making the handbook for the recently deceased, I'll keep it here on the desk, and it'll be kind of like, we'll use it like a little scrapbook for this, for the streams. What will we use a handbook for the recently deceased for? If it's just a book with blank, like, because it would be like the prop, but it would just be like all blank pages. Coral Reef. Try not to write on my shirt. I love this shirt. I got it for 99 cents on eBay, and it showed up to my house in a Tostina's pizza roll box, so that was funny. I don't know the words. Yeah, I don't remember all the words. What question were we on? What's she doing there? Why is she there? So I was worried that nobody would be able to see what I was even writing by the time, from the camera, but I forgot that my handwriting is huge and you can see it from like a mile away. Good idea the other day. Get out of my head. Ooh, that is a catchy song. Welcome, Derp Rex. My neck needs to pop. You know, when like you feel like your neck needs to pop and it won't pop, and you're just like, ah. I guess protesting, right? Is there a specific reason? She's just there to be like, I hate Angel Mind by Market. Yeah, that's great too. She's just there to kind of be like, I hate you and the aquarium, which is fair. Yeah, she's from Sea Creatures Defense Fund, so I'm just gonna say protesting. Her motive is she wants to free the dolphins, which is fair. I mean, because like aquariums and habitats and things like that, it's a weird line because it depends on what they're doing, right? Because like obviously like regular zoos suck, but like there's also times where like I know the Georgia Aquarium is like the biggest rescue for marine wildlife like this side of the country. So like they rehabilitate animals. And I guess I was about to be like, well, it depends on like what kind of operation they're running, but if they're literally using the dolphins to like retrieve stuff like in Nancy Drew Danger Deception Island with the orca whale, that's not cool. Now Angel Wine is stuck in my head. I hate getting stuff stuck in my own head. That is cool. That she's one of the producers of Blackfish. Hey, Sammy. I'm good. How are you? I am glad to be streaming again. Oh, I should have I'll do the Goodreads stuff after. We'll do the Goodreads logging. I was gonna do it. I was gonna start the reading, but we're gonna read the whole thing in one stream because they're short books, thankfully. But yeah, we'll do all that later. We are reading Scooby Doo, The Case of the Seaweed Monster. We have met one suspect. She wants to free the dolphins, unless they were rescues who were bred in captivity, or if they're rescues because like sometimes you can't safely release some rescues into the wild based on where they were rescued from. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yeah, obviously just keeping animals in captivity when they're not meant to be in captivity is bad. But like, yeah, there are times when like, like I know at the Georgia Aquarium, like there's a whole like all their seals and sea lions and stuff are all like they were injured and couldn't be released back into the wild. Like those are the the seals that you see in the little show because they're like, yeah, they're like trained, and that's one thing. If it's just like, that's different from like what goes on at SeaWorld, I guess. Yes, I know I need to free up storage space. I've got so much stuff pre-recorded. Oh, I get you. I'm caught up. My brain took a second to catch. Sorry. For somebody so sarcastic, it takes me a second to catch on sometimes. Markers, but first you must cover. Yeah. I will get there. It's on a very long list, but I will get there. Most people keep exotic pets illegally from really young, and it's more dangerous to release them in the wild as well. Yeah, that's another circumstance where it's like, yeah, you can't just like let an animal that's never lived in the wild out into the wild and just be like, have fun. On a minute, what did I miss? I was just taking notes on the first chapter, the first suspect that we met, Carol Reef, the one that wants to free the dolphins, etc., etc. And then I was getting sidetracked, so probably not dolphins, but who knows? Yeah, it really depends. It's really a case by case basis. But I would say that if they're just capturing dolphins and using them to find treasure, that's squarely in the I feel sus about that. But yeah, in real life, animals being kept in captivity, it's a big case by case gray area most of the time. Yeah. Okay, let's go into entry number 2. It is already 9 and I'm only into entry number 2. I'm sure the park is a few weeks ago. I was trying to. Here we go. I really need to cover that stuff. It'll be so much fun. Scooby Doo. Inside the box when they want to, yeah. Phantom of the Megaplex, I was going to suggest Under Wraps, but then I noticed that you already reacted to it. Yeah, and I was actually thinking about this because I just was working on Hocus Pocus 2, obviously, and I was like, oh yeah, last year they did a reboot of Under Wraps, which I'm sure is not nearly as good as the original Under Wraps, but I'm like, is that something we'd like to see a video about at some point in the future? Because it's one of those, like, it's not old, but it's a reboot of something old kind of thing, so it's still in the wheelhouse, or do we just not care because probably not that good? Like, I don't know. I was thinking about it, so I was just like, let's ask the community. We've got plenty of other things to cover. I really want to cover It Is Not Old. It is about to come out if it hasn't just come out already, but it's very like reminiscent of 90s stuff and very strange, so I think it still works. Christopher Lloyd in Spirit Halloween, where the kids get stuck in the Spirit Halloween. I never heard of it. Yeah. Under Wraps was technically the first Disney movie to be branded as a DCOM, I guess, and they remade it last year. Yeah, Blanky Bill. There's so much stuff that still needs to get done. All right. Clue Keeper entry 2. We walked into the aquarium and showed the passes to the security guard. He nodded his head and pointed to a silver door next to the information booth. Right through there, folks. He said, if anyone asks, show them the passes. Just stay away from the restricted areas. Like, how will we know which are the restricted areas? Shaggy asked. You'll see big signs that say restricted area, the guard replied with a smile. Enjoy your visit. Thanks, I said. Let's go, gang. We opened the silver door and walked into... Oh, that's not a... the card is not a suspect. Interesting. We opened the silver door and walked into a brightly lit corridor. There was a long staircase leading down to another door. We walked through that door. Ooh.
Jinkies!
We have another Jinkies, everybody. We have a second Jinkies. Flamed as I looked around. This is amazing. The wall in front of us looked like it was made of glass. We could see right through it into a huge tank of water. Man, that's the largest indoor swimming pool I've ever seen, Shaggy added. Shaggy, that's not a swimming pool, Daphne said. That's the dolphin tank behind the glass. We all looked up and saw 3 dolphins swimming right towards us. Actually, it's a special kind of see-through plastic called plexiglass, we heard. Oh, it's gonna be a suspect. Oh, nope, it's Jonah. Jonah Bellows say. He walked over to us. It's several inches thick, so you don't have to worry about any dolphins or water getting out. Scooby crept up to the tank. He got closer and closer until his nose and front paws... Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Ah-ha! Until his nose and front paws were pressed against the plexiglass. Oh, look at Scooby Doo. A dolphin suddenly swam up and pressed his nose against the inside of the tank. Right, Scooby yelled as he jumped back. Relax, Scooby, I said. He's only playing. More proof that dolphins really are smarter than dogs. Ouch. What happened to Carol Reef? Daphne asked. I got tired of being yelled at, so I came back inside, Mr. Bellows replied. I'm sure I haven't heard the last of her. Mr. Bellows, is that someone in the tank with the dolphins? I asked. We all got closer to see a better look. Or to get a better look. That's what that sentence is. We could see a figure in the water. That's Gil Gupperman. Gil Gupperman. They really went all in with the names on this one, didn't they? Jonah said. He's my assistant. Right now, he's putting the finishing touches on our newest display. We watched as the figure made a sudden gesture with his arm. He spun around as one of the dolphins swam past him. The figure waved his arms and tried to grab onto the dolphins. Then he gave up and swam over to the one side of the tank. A moment later, we heard a hissing sound. That's the airlock, Mr. Bellows explained. There's a small chamber that connects the tank with the room. When Gil goes in, he closes the door. The water is pumped out and air is pumped in. When the outer door opens, it makes the hissing sound. That's going to come back up. That's Chekhov's hissing sound for sure. Gil Gupperman stepped out of the airlock. Suspect. That's it. I've had it, he yelled at Mr. Bellows. Those dolphins are out to get me. They're not out to get you, Gil, Mr. Bellows said calmly. They're just playing. I don't care what they're doing, Gil complained. They treat me as badly as you do. They're dolphins, dude. I've been working here 8 years. It's bad enough I'm still cleaning fish tanks and doing underwater maintenance. Now I have to be teased by dolphins. I don't care how much treasure those overgrown guppies found. I'm not going to take it anymore. Okay, calm down. He looks like somebody. Who does he look like? He reminds me of somebody. I kind of feel like it's, I'm thinking of the guy that, played MacGyver in the reboot and was, Hannah Montana's boyfriend in the Hannah Montana movie, that one. Lucas Till, there you go. Gil, let's not get excited now, Mr. Bellows tried to calm him. Why don't you and I have a little talk in private? No more talks, Gil ordered. I want things to change around here, or there'll be trouble. And lots of it. Gil took a white card out of his pocket. He slid it through a black box beside a door with a restricted sign on it. We heard a clicking sound. Gil opened the door, went inside, and slammed the door shut behind him. When he mentioned treasure, I was referring to was he referring to the golden dolphin? Fred asked. Well, kids, I guess I have some explaining to do, Jonah said with a sigh. Yeah, Jonah is pretty suspicious for somebody who we're not supposed to see as a suspect. Oh, look, Daphne is crouching down to look at me at eye level. That was quite a moment, wasn't it? Did you catch the suspect eyes? Great. Open up your clue keeper and answer these questions. It's a notepad, really, but you know. What is the suspect's name? What does he do at the aquarium? What do you think he's so angry at Jonah Bellows? Otherwise, what is his motive? Oh my god. Ha! I thought if I just kept talking, it would stop the yawn. It didn't work. But you've jotted down your notes, read on to find out what Jonah Bellows had to say. Rock you, Rolfins, yeah. Wait, Life with Derek after all the... Wait, which was the Life with Derek controversy? I forget. There's so many things that have had controversy. That's a twist. The guard not being a suspect? Yeah. Reboot of Small Soldiers? Yeah, but honestly, Small Soldiers is great. We should just leave it. we should just not mess it up. Guard has the most personality of any non-Mystery Inc. character in this book, and they didn't even give him a name. It's for shame, for shame. We need to give him a name. Chad, what should the guard's name be? I feel like it should be something, because everybody else gets a fun, like, ocean-related name, so... What's a fun name that's an ocean pun? Welcome aboard the Scooby Doo Clue. The Derp Rex. Yay, welcome. Scooby going to be swimming with the dolphins, is he? He probably is. The puns are strong with this one. Yes, yes, they are. You treat me as badly as you, sir. That's what we call projecting. Yes, they're dolphins. They're not trying to hurt your feelings. But not white chicks, because that makes things awkward. Oh, boy. I never actually saw white chicks, come to think of it. Paranoia much? Teased by dolphins? Is that dude delusional? Yeah, I don't know. That guy is a little too invested in his work, I think. By talk, he means fired, yeah. Still reminds me of clinically depressed Joe Hardy character. Yes, yeah, he does look like the clinically depressed Joe Hardy design from Midnight in Salem, the Nancy Drew game, yeah. Naturally Sadie. I don't remember that, actually. And to look at it. Poor Fred. Fred is at least tall. He's got that going. Life with Derek stuff is wild. Just look into it. Okay. I see. I feel like I've been so like caught up in following the whole like the Dan Schneider iCarly drama and all that stuff. I just have completely forgotten to catch up on the Drake and Josh stuff, and I completely forgot to catch up on the Life with Derek stuff. Basically, it's becoming obvious that Derek and Casey were crushing on each other. That was one of... Oh, it was one of... Okay. Interesting. My second Jeff for the memes. Yes. The guard, Willie. We need another Jeff in our lives. Jeff, what about like Jeff? And I also like Willie. What about like Jeff Williams Whitewater? That's his name. Naturally Sadie was awesome. I'll check it out. When I heard about the drama with Dan Schneider, didn't expect that to happen. Yeah, it's really sick. Finn Bass, I love it. Finn Bass is good too, though. I feel like Jeff Williams Whitewater. Finn Bass is like his superhero name, like guard by day, superhero by night. Caitlin's Way. I never watched that. I do remember House of Anubis. Yeah, Disney used to air a lot of Canadian stuff. I need to watch the 80s episode of Degrassi Jr. Yeah, I should. I've never actually watched Degrassi. I keep saying that I want to do like a week or maybe 2 weeks or something at some point in the future where it's like a trip around the world where we like go around and it's like watching different things from all the different countries. Maybe if we do that, Canada, we'll start with Canada and Degrassi. Heartbreak High is the Australian Degrassi. Okay, that makes sense. An episode where a student. Oh, it concludes with a PSA. That sounds intense. Sounds like some dark as the bell rings, or what am I trying to say? Saved by the Bell. Some of that stuff. He does look like clinically depressed Joe Hardy. Poor Joe. Right, I haven't jotted down anything. What was his name? It's Gil something. Gupperson? Suspect 2. Gil. Flight 29 down. Ooh. Degrassi gets pretty dark, especially in the Next Generation. Yeah, I can see it, especially like those very special episodes got real serious out of nowhere, no matter what show it was. Like, oh my god, God, I used to love as a kid. I used to watch the hell out of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. When Fresh Prince of Bel-Air wanted to get serious, they got serious, and it was a lot. Love 29 down. I haven't thought about that show in forever. Does anybody remember the show? It was big in the 90s. It was like a nighttime drama called Providence. My mom used to love that show. Strongly recommend Degrassi, especially the Next Generation one, especially season 4. I will definitely look into that. I never know where to start with Degrassi because there's just so much of it, but thank you for the suggestions. I will definitely get on that. Right, there's a high school series in the UK similar to Degrassi. It's called Grange Hill, which I suggested to Avery. Yes. I have that on my list. Reboot of Heartbreak High. Ooh. Never heard of that show. I don't think anybody's heard of it except for me and my mom and my grandmother. We used to love it. I mean, I was really little, so I didn't really understand it, but I used to love the theme song. Big into Corbin Bleu. That's why I changed my hair. Yeah, Corbin Bleu. Corbin Bleu is so underrated, by the way. Just one of the best Disney dudes we had. Start with Degrassi Junior High. Okay, cool. Okay. I was double checking the name because I always forget. I think it's Gupperman. Yep. It's just such a silly name. I was like, is that his name? Gupper? I think I said Gupperson though, so I was technically wrong. Ignore that. That makes it look like an M. It's Gupperson. These problematic Disney dudes for sure, right? We don't take time to appreciate enough the Disney kids that just kind of did their thing, got out, and just have led normal life. Not that like, because like a lot of the Disney kids that like had, child star drama. I know a lot of them like it was because of all the shit that Disney put them through. So not saying like we hate all of them, but like there's something to be said for like that must have been really hard to like be able to just keep a normal life during all that. Like that's respectable. And Corbin Bleu is so talented. Like I always thought that he was always my favorite. He always was my favorite part of High School Musical just because he was just the one that I thought he was just the funniest one. And he's also the most underrated member of the cast in High School Musical. Once you wrap your head around Bel Air, it's really good. I haven't watched Bel Air. I wanted to know if it was good or not. I'm so interested. I see the commercials for it. Lake of Grange Hill. DMD of that is from the year 1998, since it was a powerful storyline in that year. Cool. I want to start covering episodes of Ghost Whisperer too, but like it's so like it's so like episodic that I'll probably just have to start covering one episode at a time. Same thing with Once Upon a Time. I keep joking, but not really joking with Natasha, that as soon as we finish Whodunit, we need to just start covering episodes of Once Upon a Time. Corbin's dad out. Yeah. Yeah, I've never seen Heartbreak High. His hey, what was the question? Why is he there? I think that was the question. It's a children's book. You think I would not have to check back over and over again, but you know. ADHD brain go brr, obviously. Oh, what does he do at the aquarium / why is he there? So why is he there / job? He does underwater maintenance. That's not how you spell that. Wait. Sorry. Yeah, I forgot an I. Oh, I just that was really bad. Forget that happened. That didn't happen. The boys are back is stuck in my head. But I hope the dance is iconic. Yes. Yes. What's your favorite song with Corbin in High School Musical? Mine's I Don't Dance. I love I Don't Dance. I love that he's dancing during the I Don't Dance song. Love it so much. I will say that High School Musical 2 has always been my favorite High School Musical movie. And I'm trying, it's been a long time since I've seen it. I'm trying to remember what's his song in that one. What is it called? It's pretty good too. Addie, what did I miss? Okay, so we're reading Scooby Doo, The Case of the Seaweed Monster. This is an aquarium where the guy is kind of suspiciously training dolphins to retrieve treasure from underwater. We've met 2 of our suspects. So far, we don't know, there has been no crime and we have not met the monster yet. We've met 2 suspects, or I should just say at this point, 2 people who do not like the guy who owns the aquarium for varying, for reasons varying in validity. But the one is a lady who is like an animal rights activist, and she doesn't like what he's doing with the dolphins. And then the other guy is an employee who doesn't really like his workload or like the way that it goes. Ramaz, is that how, I hope I'm saying that right. I'm so sorry. Sharpay Evans, the redemption arc. I love Sharpay. Sharpay does steal every scene that she's in. And I love Ashley Tisdale. I was lucky enough to be on the Box Cutter podcast the other day, and we were talking about this. Ashley Tisdale, aka the Queen of Disney Channel. Yes, Bet On is so good. It's just genuinely a bop. Chad and Ryan swap outfits after I Don't Dance. Like, well, gentlemen, good for you. I know. I love it. High School Musical song is Pineapple Princess. It has been, I don't think I ever actually watched the 3rd High School Musical movie. The more that I think about it, I must have. I must have seen it at some point, but I don't remember literally anything about it. Another Australian kid show suggestion. Worst best friends. Yes, that's on the list. You went to school One of the characters. That's cool. That's very cool. Yeah, his motive is he hates his job, which who doesn't? Well, I don't hate my job. We're counting this as my job and editing as a job. I don't hate that, but you know, I feel like most of us, I've definitely had jobs that I hate. Motive. He just hates his job, yeah. Just hates his job. Award Scooby Doo crew. Yes, thank you. That word, Junior, always coming in with the official welcomes. Appreciate you. I think I've seen High School Musical, to be honest. It was something that, honestly, I was always more into Camp Rock. I was a Camp Rock over High School Musical kid, but I definitely, my cousins got me really into High School Musical for a while, and just like everybody else in my age group, I did go through a High School Musical phase. All right, who's ready for... Hello, thank you for being there for the premiere of the Hocus Pocus 2 video. My cousin and I used to know like all of the dance moves to all of the dances in the movies. At least the first two. Are you editing a reaction video right now, Avery? I'm actually, I literally just finished, because I had some issues. I've been having tech issues all week. So it took me extra long to get my regular editing work done and then editing for my own channel done. So I was just taking the night off from editing just to kind of like give my head and my eyes a break. But I'm going to start working, or I'm going to resume or finish work on a video that I did with Daniel from the Box Cutter podcast. I'm pretty sure his podcast episode that I was on is going to go up on his channel. I think he said tomorrow. I was really hoping that I would get our video out on the same day, but it might not happen, but we'll see. And then I also have a video with Natasha that I need to edit. I have another video that I edited that I filmed by myself that I need to edit, and then Maddie and I are gonna probably film together. So yeah, it's all in progress. We're all in this together. Choreo is ingrained in my DNA. I could still do at least the first part of it. I remember the first part very vividly. Went to the IRL West High. Supposed to be the rival school in HSM. Oh, that's amazing. I always wonder if like how many of those, because a lot of times I know in Anton pointed out when we covered Wendy Wu Homecoming Warrior that a lot of the extras in there in the high school are just actual high school students of that in real life high school. So I always think about that now. Just like, and I've definitely worked on movies that film in high schools where a lot of the high school students and their families are just extras. And I feel really bad for them because they're not getting paid, but like the rest of us are. So that's the lesson. If anybody asks you, do you want to be an extra for free? Just know that you could probably get hired and paid to do literally the exact same thing. Don't do extra work for free. But anyway, I always think about that. Out from school to see High School Musical 3. I think you mentioned that before. That's hilarious. Your mom is hilarious. A suggestion I have for you. Pinocchio's Revenge. I have Pinocchio's Revenge on the list. It's on the list. Okay, sorry guys. I'm getting back to the book, I swear. Jonah Bellows pointed to the dolphin tank. If you look closely, you can see something in the middle of the tank, he said. We all got close to the plexiglass and looked inside. I think I see something, Daphne said. No, that's just a dolphin, I said. You're both right, Mr. Bellows remarked. It's a dolphin, but it's made out of solid gold. The golden dolphin? Shaggy asked. As in 14 carats? 18, actually, a voice said from behind us. We all turned around and saw a tall man wearing a white lab coat. He had a very He had very thick, round eyeglasses. Well, some of us can't see for shit. Why does that? Well, that's not a bad thing. Ah, Dr. Piedmont. Dr. Piedmont. Piedmont is the really big children's hospital here in Atlanta. Mr. Bellows said, Dr. Piedmont is our visiting dolphin expert. Dr. Piedmont frowned when he heard this. Please, Jonah, I am more than a dolphin expert, he said. That would be kind of a silly job title, but, you know, dolphin experts are a thing, I'm sure. You are forgetting that I am the one who found the golden dolphin. No, the dolphins found the golden dolphin, Mr. Bellows corrected, because I trained the dolphins to hunt for the treasure, Dr. Piedmont continued, and I also had the map of where to look. Yes, but the aquarium funded the expedition, Mr. Bellows countered. You are just a short-term, temporary employee of the aquarium. You've only been here a matter of months. This guy is salty as hell, man. The most important few months in the history of this aquarium, Dr. Piedmont shouted. We could tell that Jonah Bellows and Dr. Piedmont were about to get into an ugly fight. I'm suspicious of Jonah the most, and he's not even a suspect. That's usually how this goes. Excuse me, Dr. Piedmont, I interrupted. Is it true that dolphins are the smartest mammals? Of course, young lady, Dr. Piedmont replied. That is why I work with them. And this is why they were able to find the treasure. And that is why I deserve a bigger reward for my efforts. So that is what this is about, Mr. Bellows asked. You want to share in the profits from the golden dolphin? Let me tell you something, Dr. Piedmont. The golden dolphin will not be sold. It will remain a permanent part of the aquarium's exhibit, and if you don't like it, I suggest you think about finding work someplace else. Jonah Bellows abruptly left. He doesn't know with whom he is dealing. Ooh, fancy, Dr. Piedmont grumbled. Excuse me for asking, Daphne said quietly. But what's so special about the golden dolphin? Aside from the fact that it's made of solid gold, Fred asked. I haven't heard from Fred that much in this one. Legend has it that it is over 300 years old, Dr. Piedmont explained. A tribe of South Sea natives thought it brought them luck, but then a band of pirates stole it from the natives. At first, the pirates planned to sell it, but later they actually tossed it off the pirate ship when they discovered the curse. I just feel bad for the native tribe that had their things stolen from them. Shaggy and Scooby suddenly turned around. Like, did you say curse? Shaggy asked nervously. You mean it's true? Yes, the curse is very real, Dr. Piedmont continued. The natives put a curse on the statue so that whoever has it will be haunted by a mysterious sea creature. Oh, so it's one of those tropes. Like, oh, okay. But I don't believe in curses. I only believe in being fairly rewarded for one's work. Wait, he just said the curse was real, but then he said he didn't believe it. So does he think it's real or does he think it's not real? I bet that dolphin goes missing. I bet so too. Not cool. I know, not cool, pirates. Pirates are usually great, but not cool, pirates. Mark my words. I'll see to it that Jonah Bellows gives me my due, or else, if you'll excuse me, I have some work to do. Dr. Piedmont walked away from us. Oh, this is him telling a story of the pirates stealing the dolphin and then throwing it away. Took a card from his pocket and swiped it through the electronic lock. Interesting. Ladies and gentlemen, came a voice from a loudspeaker. The dolphin show will start in 5 minutes. Well, gang, Fred said, let's get out of here and go watch the show. And maybe we can stop at the snack bar along the way, Shaggy said. Swimming always makes me hungry. But you haven't been swimming, Daphne said. I know, but those dolphins have, Shaggy replied. Just watching them is enough to work up an appetite. That's more like Shaggy. Velma goes skeptic mode, yes. Velma goes skeptic mode. We really should have bingo cards, shouldn't we? I Have This Dance from High School Musical 3 is actually a really good song. There are actually good songs from High School Musical, and I'll go down screaming that. Now that's all gonna be in my head. We're Breaking Free is now officially in my head. Yeah, that is awesome that Patrick's mom took him out of school for High School Musical 2. I had a High School Musical 2 watch party at my house. Me and my cousin put it on together. It was just basically our families there, but we were very, very excited about it. Jones Brothers, High School Musical, silly bands. Yep. Oh, sack lunches instead of trays. One wanted to be. Oh my God, silly bands. My brother used to collect silly bands. I haven't thought about those in years. I think he believes that they tried to put a curse on it, but he probably also believes the curse won't do anything in practice. Fair enough. Oh yeah, the bingo card. I forgot about that. Yeah. Should I make a Scooby Doo bingo card to go along with the Nancy Drew bingo card? Try to get the High School Musical 1 soundtrack on vinyl someday. Ooh, never thought about getting it on vinyl. I think he believes the curse is good for business. That's probably also true. Although he's not making any, his whole gripe is that he's not making a lot of money off of it, so I don't know that he would care about the business. I literally just remembered my mother surprised me after High School Musical 2 with a Corbin cutout. Aww! Had it for years. I've never had a cutout of one of my favorite actors. But I did used to have when I was really into Camp Rock and High School Musical, you know, or Camp Rock. Yeah, that whole era when I was really into like the Jonas Brothers and Demi Lovato. I had bought a Camp Rock calendar and I cut it up after the year of the calendar had ended, and I basically used it like posters, and I put them all over my room. So I just had posters of Demi and the Jonas Brothers everywhere. I had a giant Kim Possible poster that I loved. Songs in middle school too. I mean, I still write songs, but you'll just never hear them. Skeptic mode activated, yes. All right, I'll bet you saw the suspect eyes in the entry, right? Great. So look over these questions and write down the answers in your clue keeper. How many soups do you think we've gone through at the table right now? I used to leave my bedroom door open for my cat to come and go, and the cutout would scare the fuck out. That's funny. I knew somebody who had a Jensen Ackles cutout, and she put it in the back of her trunk, and so whenever anybody would open up the trunk to put anything in there, they just Ian Winchester in the trunk of the car. All right, what is the suspect's name? What is his connection to the aquarium? Why is he so angry at Jonah Bellows? Everybody doesn't like Jonah. Jonah sucks. I wish Jonah was going to be the bad guy. Oh, my dog says hi. I can hear him barking at somebody. I'm going to assume 5 soups. Yes, I think 5 is a decent number of soups so far. So we're like reading through this whole thing and discussing it with them. I just want to keep reaching over and petting Bean's head. I love him so much. My son. With Disney and Nickelodeon stars in them. And I'd cut out posters and paste them on my wall. Yeah, I did that too. Once making out with a poster of Disney. Oh. No, Shaggy and Scooby more than 10 soups. And got a cutout of her husband for the kid. Aw, aw. Stay to the garage so when the door lifted, people could see it just hanging out in there. She got a lot of questions. That's so cute, but also so funny. I was 13 and she was all, you need therapy. I mean, I think that's a pretty universal experience, you know? I think a lot of people have that, like, crushing on a celebrity phase. Once you're done, read on to find out what happened next. Yes, okay, that's what I was doing. Oh my god, I can't keep my focus on anything. I was trying to figure out what the guy's name was, and then I got distracted. I'm super demisexual, and even I am like, I have had the occasional fictional character crush, but also, you know, what am I trying to say? Celebrity crush. Happens rarely, but it does happen. Usually, like, just with an actor who was, like, in my favorite movie that I'm, like, hyperfixating on. That's usually how that works. Good. Oh. Oh. I had to put stuff on my walls. I was proficient in MS Paint. Maybe custom fandom minor. Oh, that's cool. Just wasting mom's printer ink. Twilight was my era. I would have told you that I was never into Twilight. And in reality, I was into the first movie when it came out, but then it was also that, like, not like the other girls era, so I was just like, oh, I'm too cool for this lowbrow Twilight stuff. So then I was like a Twilight hater. And now that I'm an adult, I want to go back and try to objectively review all the Twilight movies one day. Where is this guy's name? Where is it? Dr. Piedmont. Do we not know his first name? Just Dr. Piedmont. Okay. Hey, Meg. LOL. Yeah. Demisexuals represent, right? I know. I was talking about this the last time I was on, not the last time I was on stream, but one of the streams I did a while back. A friend of a friend that I didn't know was a friend of the time has this collection of, like, stickers that she makes. It's her original art, or their original art. They're a non-binary creator. They are a friend of Natasha's, so she was telling me about their art, which was pride apples, like all pineapples with all the different pride flags, and they had a demisexual one, and I was so excited because we never get merch. Yes. Big random crushes. Going strong on year 7. Yeah, it's like it doesn't happen often, but when it happens, you'll have the same crush on the same fictional character / celebrity forever. Forever. You'll have the same comfort character and just be like, this is my comfort character. Yeah, but their page, if anybody wants to go check it out, is Letters and Lines. They have the Pride Apple series, and I cannot tell you how happy I was when I saw the demisexual flag on one, because for a while I didn't even know we had a flag, because it's never ever anywhere. Okay, Dr. Piedmont. This D kind of looked like a P, and it was bothering me a little bit. Connection. I don't know why they, like, change up the wording of basically the same question every single time, but oh well. Connection to the all of my comfort characters are all of the stabby and unhinged variety, but let's not read too much into that. Same. We're not going to read into that at all. I'm a demi pride apple. I'm allergic to actual pineapples. Compromise. Yeah, Letters and Lines. Let me see if I can share because I have it bookmarked somewhere. I love their art. I haven't stuck my Pride Apple sticker anywhere because, you know, like when you're like, oh, this is a great, this is not, where is it? There we go. This is a great sticker. I don't want to, like, waste it on something unworthy. Ooh, they have spooky season ones. I'm sharing in chat. If Firefox, oh, do I need to Firefox doing a Firefox thing? That's not helpful, Firefox. Yeah, all of my comfort characters are the stabby and unhinged too, but they're the most interesting as far as like how they're written. So like, you know, we're fine. We're normal, Hillary. Here's from New Zealand. Oh, I will have to watch that. That sounds fun, Sammy. Mine are usually of the law-breaking, possibly for money variety. And then there's weird. Oh, the creative. I also. It's part of the reason why I feel like we should just have streams where we just write stories as stream. And I think Tilly mentioned something like that to me a while back too. But I think it would just be fun. Creative writing has always been fun for me. Hi, Milo. So we just met our third and final suspect, Dr. Piedmont. He feels like he doesn't get enough credit for finding this golden dolphin statue, and he wants to be compensated for it. So he's suspect number 3. He is the dolphin expert. I don't know what his doctorate is in. I guess dolphins. Suspect number 2 is Gil Gupperson. That is his name. He is a deep sea diver who does underwater maintenance at the aquarium, and he hates his job. And so suspect 1 is named Carol Reef, like coral reef, but Carol Reef, and she is I almost said human rights activist, dolphin rights activist, and she does not like the dolphins being kept in captivity. Those are 3 suspects. Oh. Highly recommend a scrapbook for stickers, acid-free paper, so it doesn't deteriorate. Ooh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. I should do that too. I should really do that. I used to collect stickers forever ago. I should start that back up. Yeah, if anybody wants a Pride Apple sticker, or, you know, they have a lot of other cool art on there, check them out. I think they're really cool artists. Letters and lines. Did I put it in the chat? I didn't put it in the chat. Oh my god, my brain. I guess my medicine is worn off tonight. Oh my god. Hang on. Hopefully everybody can see this and it's not doing that thing where it's just like, you're not allowed to share links. That's a link. How dare you? There we go. But it's my stream. I'm guessing that he got a doctorate in marine. Yes, he has probably has a doctor in marine biology. I just think it's funny. He's like Dr. Piedmont, the dolphin expert. And the motive. The motive is he wants some of that gold dolphin money. Duck Van Dyke. I knew what you meant. My brain auto-corrected. Murder 101 stories when I was 12. Appendix, grandson. Oh. Oh. I would have watched that. I did mostly. Wait. I'll go back. I read some fanfic of a Doctor Who Twilight crossover where Or becomes the template. Interesting. Can we just talk about how creative some of the fanfic writers out there are? There's so much creativity in that community. I've been putting my bookbinding skills to use by helping my friends, some of my friends who want physical copies of their favorite fanfics, by binding them. And I've been reading through some of the ones that are their favorites, and oh my god, there are some just really creative writers out there in the online writer community, AO3 community, Tumblr community. I used to want to be a marine biologist specializing in dolphins, but I couldn't make it through. Third dissection experiment started. Cases I couldn't do it. Yeah, I couldn't. I wouldn't have. I was homeschooled, so I didn't have to do any of that stuff, but I wouldn't have been able to do it. To think I'd be helpful and productive in a creative writing situation, but I have like 25 work in progress going right now. There's not a force on this earth that could get me to think about any of them. I mean, I go through those phases too. I think what's fun about group projects like that is it's basically improv, because like somebody throws out an idea and then somebody else builds off of it, and official creative writing theme song creative from I'm scared the original web series. Nice. 18. Wait, I missed it. I missed a previous comment. Hang on. I thought of doing a Scooby Doo crossover on my Insta comic. Have Velma gay and in a relationship with Hot Dog Water, Daphne as a vlogger, YouTuber, Jackie as a stoner. I love it. I'd read it. All of my fanfic is too specific to be popular, but it makes me happy. I mean, that's the thing, right? Is it's just fun to like write things, even if like they're not like gonna be like it's just nice to just like write things and be creative and be like, oh, I get to sit here and just like hyperfixate on my favorite characters for a little while. Oh, that's so cute, Patrick. I love it. Okay, let's move on to the next part of this. I think that's what's the best thing about my fic isn't popular by regular standards, but in a small fandom, I'm at the top of the front page. Woo! Nice. Started writing short fanfic again recently because I've been very creatively blocked on my original novel ideas. I don't share them anymore, but it helps me get my writing brain working again. Yeah, exactly. Even if you don't want to share them, like, you know, it's great to just like kind of get into that mindset. I just realized that the last time I was writing an ongoing fic was like a year ago, and I just completely stopped writing, and that makes me feel very guilty for the 7 people that were reading along. But anyway, I'll go back and finish it eventually. I remember when I used to write One Tree Hill fanfiction. My older cousin was obsessed with One Tree Hill. I never had a crush on Chad Michael Murray, so I wasn't into it, but I probably would like to cover it eventually. Always try writing out stories, and my own ADHD brain can never get it right. Makes it too weird. I have story concepts in mind, yet never. Yeah, my thing was like doing creative writing things like that, or like fanfic stuff. For me, it's just a process of just like I'm just gonna write, and then not be like overcritical of myself, right? Because it's like, you know, especially on like if you put your stuff on like AO3 or something like that, where like, you know, it's anonymously published, so it's like you don't even have to feel the pressure of like, oh boy, if nobody likes this, like my name is attached to this bad word. It's like you don't have to do any of that. You can just be like, I'm just doing this because it's fun, and you know, it just like is good practice. I like it a lot. Try to write POC. It's not as relatable apparently. Oh. chance to write it down. Read a fanfic where the reader, it was like for the reader was Filipino, but it was great. It was even though I'm not Filipino, the fic was great, and I read the whole thing, and it was very entertaining. Theme song. I don't know what the theme song to One Tree Hill sounds like. Oh dear, I need to fix that. My house is haunted. I was getting a towel out of the bathroom. The toilet paper roll just unrolled all the way by itself. Oh boy. Just tell the ghost hi and say, it's fine that you're here. Just please don't jump out at me. I'm a crier. Oh yeah, the Winnie the Pooh fic. Yes. I know, you wanted to send it to me, but I never got it. I've been interested about what the Winnie the Pooh fic was like this entire time. Popping into my head, I never get the chance to write it down. Yeah, I think when my brain, you know, especially like if you're ADHD or just brain is just like with an overactive brain, it's just like these things where I'm like my brain, like sometimes I feel like I'm running after my brain trying to keep up with it sometimes, you know? One of my fanfictions character I created in Disney World, protecting their parks from horses. Ooh! I remember I had written a whole concept for a sitcom, like when I was like 11, about a bunch of kids that lived at Disney World. I remember this very specifically when I was going through my Kingdom Keepers phase. I can't read those like reader X character fics where you're supposed to be imagining yourself as the protagonist, love interest. Getting me uncomfortable because it's telling me I feel certain feelings or thinking certain thoughts and I'm not. Yeah, I mean, I get it. It's a style, whatever. As long as they're just kind of fluffy and lighthearted, I think they're pretty cute. Because I'm a overactive daydreamer and I just like putting myself in stories, I guess, and being like, I am going on an adventure. I don't know. It's weird. Sorry. Yeah, we can get back to the story. I just completely zoned out. Yeah, let's get back to the story. We left the tank area the way we came in. Once we were back in the aquarium lobby, we followed the signs to the dolphin show. We walked through an archway and into an outdoor theater. We showed our passes to one of the aquarium employees. He led us to special seats right up in front and handed us 5 small green packages. Runch! Scooby shouted happily. He ripped open the package and unfolded a big green poncho. Raw, Scooby said. That's a poncho, Scooby, I said. You're supposed to put it on, just in case we get splashed during the show. We all put on our ponchos and looked around. Wow, Daphne exclaimed. The dolphin tank looks even bigger from up here. And it was downstairs. We only saw a part of the bottom of the tank, but when we were sitting in the theater, we saw the whole top of the tank. It must have been as big as a football field, and there was a big dock on the other side of the tank where the dolphin trainers stood. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Dolphin World and the Harbor View Aquarium, boomed a voice from the loudspeaker. Please welcome the Royal Dolphin family. 3 dolphins in the tank jumped out of the water and tumbled through the air before splashing back down. Some of the water splashed us. Now, aren't you glad you didn't eat your poncho? Daphne asked Scooby with a smile. The show continued for several minutes. The voice over the loudspeaker introduced the various tricks. The trainers made gestures with their arms and hands. Then the dolphins jumped through hoops, playing basketball, or did other kinds of flips, leaps, and fancy tricks. And now, please welcome the latest addition to the royal family. The voice announced. It was freed from its resting place on the bottom of the ocean by its real-life cousins. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the golden dolphin. Very weird way to hype up a statue, but okay. Oh boy, monster! We get the 2-page monster reveal. A huge fountain of water sprayed up the center of the dolphin tank. 3 dolphins swam around and the tank in a big circle. Slowly, something started rising out of the water. It was hard to see with all the splashing and spraying, but it looked like the golden dolphin. Hey there, something going on with the golden dolphin, Fred said. It looks like a really big clump of seaweed to me, I said. Man, like they couldn't even clean off the statue before they showed it to everyone, Shaggy asked. Then the seaweed started to move. Everyone in the auditorium gasped. The seaweed slowly stood up until it was standing on top of the golden dolphin. Now it looked more like some kind of creature than just a pile of seaweed. The creature slowly looked around and then let out a mighty roar. Arr, it bellowed, its voice filling the amphitheater. Free the golden dolphin or else, it shouted in a creaky, scary voice. We have 2 zoinks on the board, boys and girls. Shaggy exclaimed, like the seaweed's talking. The curse has come true. Let's get out of here, Scoob. Right, Scooby agreed. He and Shaggy stood up to run away, but it was too late. Everyone else in the amphitheater also had that idea. As the people rushed out yelling, Jonah Bellows ran out onto the dock. Wait, he shouted. It's all part of the show. Come back, please. But it was too late. Everyone was gone, and when he looked back at the golden dolphin, so was the seaweed monster. Fred, Daphne, and I looked at each other and shook our heads. Mr. Bellows was lying. Wait. Mr. Bellows was lying. His panicked expression told us that much. This wasn't part of the show at all. Hey, Mr. Bellows, Fred called. Don't worry about a thing. Mystery Inc. is on the case. Way to keep a low profile, Frank. Or Fred? Why did I just call him Frank? Oh my god. Yeah, I don't want to be like it. Yeah, that's right. That is what they use for the theme song. Against it like exists. Being enjoyed, but for me, I just feel like I'm being... Yeah, I mean, that's the thing with fanfic, too. That's kind of a great thing, right? Is there's so many different kinds of it that everybody can find something that they like. And you oftentimes, like, have to sift through a bunch of stuff that you don't like to find something that you like. Sometimes I can make it feel like going. Putting my real self into the reader. ADHD, so 2-for-1 deal. I mean, yeah, it just our brains just work differently than the normal brain. It's not a bad thing at all. It just means that we have to find workarounds because everything is designed for neurotypical people. Frank is his voice actor. That's true. Maybe that's why. It's Fred's evil twin, Frank. Yeah, Frank and Joe Hardy and their cousin, Fred, who solves mysteries with all of his friends and their dog. Yeah. We don't have any notes to take, but... I was gonna say something. What was I gonna say? Jake Potter. Well, I bet you whatever you wrote was way better than The Cursed Child, for sure. Sometimes I can make it work if I go and haven't created an OC instead of putting my real self into the reader insert role. Yeah, it depends. There's a lot of ones that I ditch out of because I just, you know, like Mila said, it's like, oh, it's telling you that, like, you feel you're thinking things that you're not thinking, or, you know, whatever. It's like, sometimes if that happens, I just kind of ditch out of ones. I'm really picky about them. And I don't like the overly I don't like the ones with, like, that are, like, spicy. Like, the ones where it's just, like, going on adventures with your comfort characters or whatever. I don't know. Anyway, where am I? This is where we are. Okay. Sorry, that word, Junior. I'm trying really hard not to be distractible, but it's not it's hard. The first thing we wanted to do was get a closer look at the golden dolphin itself. We left our seats and followed the walkway around the other side of the dolphin tank. Jonah Bellows was still standing there looking around. I can't believe it, he sighed. It was bad enough that people heard about the curse of the golden dolphin. Once word gets out about this seaweed monster, I'll be ruined. Again, I would go to see the seaweed monster. No one's going to visit the aquarium with a cursed statue and a monster. And, like, that includes us, Shaggy said. Let's go, Scooby Doo. We're out of here. Oh, no, you don't, I said to them. We're going to need your help finding clues. The least we can do to repay Mr. Bellows for the free passes he gave us. He definitely gave you those free passes that you just forget about all the bad press that you were overhearing, guys. Come on. I don't like Mr. Bellows. If it's all right with you, Mr. Bellows, Fred said, we'd like to look around. Sure, why not, Mr. Bellows said. I can use all the help I can get. Great, Fred said. Daphne and I will look around up here and see if there's any sign of the monster. Shaggy, Scooby, and I will go back downstairs, I said. If that seaweed monster came up with the statue, we'll be able to see any clues in the tank through the plexiglass. Good idea, Velma, Daphne said. I'll meet back here as soon as we can. Let's go, boys, I said to Shaggy and Scooby. Like, do you think we could stop at the snack bar on the way down, Shaggy said as we left the amphitheater. We never did quite make it there before the dolphin show. We'll see about that later, I said. Right now, we have more important things to do. More important than eating? Shaggy exclaimed. Like, in my book, there's no such thing. That's because your book is a cookbook, I replied. But, We walked down the short flight of stairs and opened the metal door. I'm going to see if there's anything suspicious in the tank, I continued. You two see if anything catches your eye out here. I walked over to the tank and peered through the thick plexiglass. I could see the dolphins swimming around. I could also see the elevated platform holding the golden dolphin, but there was no sign of anything else. Did you two find anything yet? I asked Shaggy and Scooby as I turned around, but instead of looking for clues, Shaggy and Scooby were gone. I'll bet they went to the snack bar after all, I sighed. Then I heard a sound coming from the end of the hall. It was some kind of thumping. As I walked down the hall, the thumping grew louder. Then I heard some muffled voices. I reached for the end of the hall and stood in front of a door. The thumping and voices were coming from behind it. Oh no, I groaned. Shaggy and Scooby are in the airlock. Oh gosh. There were no handles on the door, so I couldn't just open it. I noticed one of the security card locks mounted on the wall next to the door. Without a card, I couldn't open the door. But I'll bet there's some kind of emergency release, I thought to myself. I looked a little more closely and found a hidden red emergency button. I pushed it and heard a hiss and a click. And then the door opened. Shaggy and Scooby came tumbling out. Boy, are we glad to see you, Velma, Shaggy gasped. What happened? I asked. Scooby and I were looking for clues. We thought we saw something in there, so we stepped inside, and then the door closed behind us. Man, that was really freaky. Just then, something green on the floor caught my eye. I picked it up and looked at it carefully. Like, that's what we saw, Shaggy said. Rat Rizrit. Rizrit, I guess is what he said, asked Scooby. I'm not sure, Scooby said. It looks like seaweed, but it feels like plastic. Clue, I wonder if it's a piece of something. If you ask me, I think we found our first clue. Let's go tell Fred and Daphne. Okay, so it's definitely a costume guy this time. Like, did you catch the flashlight in the last entry? Yeah, it wasn't too hard to miss, so grab your clue keeper and answer these questions about it. What is the clue you just found? What do you think the clue has to do with the seaweed monster? What else do you remember? Who else do you remember wearing something that looks and feels like that? Who was wearing a poncho? No, Velma is narrating. Velma's narrating this one. Harry Potter's younger sister. I didn't understand why that wasn't possible. I needed a character to play while my brother was Harry. Aw, that's cute. And sister was Hermione. That's cute. See a cursed statue in that monster. I mean, if it was marketed as a haunted horror attraction, they would, yeah. Just market it. Embrace it. I also wrote this murder mystery where a teenager tries to solve a 30-year-old cold case. There was this mean school librarian. Grumple who was hated by students and teachers. I know this is a mega dumb question, but it's been bugging me every time I watch the franchise. Why do Shaggy and Scooby join the mysteries when they have no interest? I always just think it's because they're like, I always say it's just like their ride or die friendship. They just want to hang out with their friends, and their other friends care about solving mysteries, so they're just kind of there for the ride. I just noticed something. Where's Miss Firing? Yeah, Miss Firing isn't here, and Noah isn't here. I missed both of them. Hey guys, if you're watching this back on VOD. Hi, Chris. How are you? Rebel gets murdered. Oh no. Yeah. Does anybody remember Get a Clue with Lindsay Lohan on the Disney Channel? I love that movie. All right, so we found clue number 1. Taking less notes this time because we're still on the front part of my page. Hey, Dave's Archives. We seem to miss your streams. Hi, welcome. We are reading Scooby Doo, Case of the Seaweed Monster. I don't know why I went like I was going to hold that up to this camera because we have this top-down camera for a reason. Scooby Doo and the Seaweed Monster, Case of the Seaweed Monster. There is a seaweed monster that is supposed to be tied to this gold dolphin. There's 3 suspects. One is a doctor who doesn't feel like they're getting enough money. One is a deep sea diver who hates his boss, and the other one is a dolphin rights activist who just doesn't like what's being done to the dolphins. All right, who was wearing something plasticky? Was anybody wearing something plasticky? Doing okay. Oh, I'm sorry you're just doing okay, but I'm glad you're doing okay. Yeah, they're always high as hell. That's probably it, too. Yes, I love that movie. Yes, I need to do a video on that movie. Close cousin of the creature from the Black Lagoon, but universal. Of the red tape. Yeah, pretty much. It's an off-brand creature of the Black Lagoon. I'm guessing the wetsuit? Yeah. Clue 1. Green. Plastic strip. It proves that it's not a real sea monster, which shouldn't be on the table, but you never know with this series. What was the third question? Third question. Brain. Oh, who was wearing something plasticky? Who was wearing a poncho? Because wasn't somebody wearing a poncho? Wearing something like it. I'm not sure actually. The tank cleaning guy, Gil. Yeah. Right, because of the yeah. That's not how I write. Jeez. Gil. Luke Skywalker did have a poncho. Poncho was boss who's not a suspect. Yeah, that's true. I'm telling you, he should be a suspect, though. I'm telling you, one of these times, it's gonna be like a suspect that wasn't supposed to be a suspect. And you're like, see, kids, you need to always trust your instincts. Scooby Doo has so many iterations. Is it even a series? I mean, I don't know. I guess you could call it a multiverse at this point. Good hearing, shut up. Yeah. All right, let's see. Oh, I should switch over our poll. So let's end this poll. Most of us think that it's a costume. Let's start a new poll. Come on. Firefox really doesn't like me as of late. Like I say, guilty until proven innocent. Exactly. That's how the system works. Whoops. Hang on. Ah, there we go. This is just a crossover with the Universal monsters at this point, pretty much. What you drinking? Coca-Cola. In a mug, because we're fancy people. Red Herring presents Fred. Yes. Yes, the Golden Weenie Award. Am I thinking of the Creature of the Black Lagoon musical Universal once did for the park? Oh my god, that was a thing? That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Okay. Let's turn our page. All right, let's see. Where are we? Oh, wait. This was what I wanted to look at. Nope, this is too far. Hang on. Sorry, I'm reading through, but I'm reading to myself. Yeah, the seaweed monsters. He does definitely look like Creature of the Black Lagoon, but like off Broadway Creature of the Black Lagoon. Oh, hey, I can only see the chat on OBS, so I'm gonna keep that open. I think I just assume it's tech now because the pterodactyl broke my brain and I've never recovered. Same. Totally same. If I ever meet Scott, I'd be like, do the red herring voice. Yeah. Keep forgetting there were musicals for Tootsie and Mrs. Doubtfire. Yeah, I always forget about that. was it was a try and fail idea. Interesting. That's one of those things that I would love to see somebody's recording of. Oh my god. Oh, I love that. Gilbert, yeah. And the musical itself was terrible. Oh god. Yeah. All right, let's find where, because I lost our place, because of course I did. We didn't have any notes to take. Okay, here we go. First thing we wanted to do was get a closer look at the golden dolphin itself. We left our seats and followed the walkway around to the other side. Wait, I already read this, didn't I? I read this. I read this. I read this. Yeah, I read this. Sorry, I'm caught up now. The new Munster is out? Cool. Yeah, I've read this. Okay. Clue Keeper Entry 6. Fred, Daphne, and Mr. Bellows were standing on the dock at the far end of the big outdoor dolphin tank. They were looking at something in Fred's hand. Daphne looked up, saw us, and waved at us to hurry up. When we got there, Fred showed us what he was holding. So, like, you found a credit card, Shaggy said. What's the big deal? Interesting. It's not a credit card, Shaggy, Daphne said. It's a security card. Okay, so it's not the girl. It's definitely not the girl. It's probably the diver guy. The security card, and the big deal is what this security card unlocks. Daphne's right, Fred added. We found it on the ground next to the tank. The seaweed monster must have lost it by accident, but we didn't see the seaweed monster come out of the tank. I said, how could it drop anything out here? We think he dropped it while he was in the tank, Daphne explained, and it got sprayed out by the fountain water when the golden dolphin came up. Of course, I exclaimed. That makes perfect sense. Man, Scoob and I can't take the suspense anymore, Shaggy blurted out. What does the card unlock? The lab room downstairs, Mr. Bellows replied, and the airlock. Interesting, I said. Now take a look at this. I showed Fred, Daphne, and Mr. Bellows the piece of green plastic material Shaggy found in the airlock. Why, this looks like it came from one of the aquarium ponchos, Mr. Bellows said. Now imagine a whole costume made up of these little pieces of green poncho, I said. Now what do you get? You get a third Zoinks. Yeah. The seaweed monster, Shaggy exclaimed. Very good, Shaggy, I said. How did you guess? I didn't, Shaggy replied in a shaky voice. It's the seaweed monster for real. We all whirled around and saw the seaweed monster running right toward us. Quick, everyone, let's get out of here, Fred called. Follow me, Mr. Bellows called, and he ran toward the seats to the other side of the dolphin tank. We followed him down a narrow passageway under the seat. There were a lot of stairs. We went through a door, and the next thing we knew, we were back down the stairs by the dolphin tank. Man, does every staircase in this place lead back here? Shaggy asked. Only the ones around the amphitheater, Mr. Bellows replied, but they're all pretty much hidden and off limits to regular visitors. If there's more than one staircase, Daphne said, that means the seaweed monster must have used one of the others to scare us. If there's more than one staircase, that means the seaweed monster must have used one of the others to scare us. Interesting. Things are starting to make sense now, I said. I have a hunch that our seaweed monster is about to be all washed up. Velma's right, Fred agreed. Gang, it's time to set a trap. Do-do-do-do. There we go. Emily has seen it. Not quite the exact same vibes as the original, though. Interesting. I need to see it. I still haven't seen it at all. Song, I know. I do that too. It bothered me for the longest time. I was like, where the Uma Thurman sampling? I was like, I know what that is. And then the monsters came on. I was like, ah, there you go. But it was lacking story-wise, and some of the performances left a little be desired. Copy. Bronson picking his nose. It was a lot, really. Did anybody watch Pushing of Roses video on Round the Twist? I haven't seen it yet, but it's in my watch later. I'm excited. It's in the 80s where they go to sleep and wake up 20 years later. Interesting. Did we get like 2 clues in one chapter? We did. We got like 2 clues in one chapter. Question. All right. Wow, so much happened in this entry. Did you find both flashlights? Great. Now open up your clue keeper and answer these questions about the clues you found. What clues did you find? What do they have to do with the seaweed monster? Which of the suspects would most likely have access to the clues on a regular basis? I know it's a lot of stuff to think about. I know you can handle it. Now read the next entry to see how he caught the seaweed monster. It's definitely the dude, right? The deep sea diver. Ah, gosh. Like, that's totally, like, so amazing. Step aside, Blue. This is Scoop's clue. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Okay. It feels like they ran out of space and we're like, oh, shoot, I need a third clue. And they just, like, were like, 2 clues in one chapter. There you go. Almost finding more clues than anyone else seems legit. Seems very legit. If I can understand this, if you can understand this, you are cool. I think it was Jeff all along. It was Jeff. I love that we still remember Jeff. Bless Jeff. I know Jeff is also our I know we named the security guard Jeff, but I just think about Jeff Tucker from Nancy Drew's Secret of the Old Clock, the book, not the game. 2. Ready to sit in the mystery machine. It was a sandwich girl from the show FBI. Quite a first. Yes, it is quite a first. Clue 2 was the access card. Wait, I wanted to read off her questions again. Yeah, I'm just really having one of those moments. Anybody with ADHD can understand this, but I'm having one of those moments where, like, my brain is, like, completely like, yep, I'm unfocused. Darth Sidious! Been a while since I popped on a stream. Yes, we've missed you on the streams. Now we get our 3 clues. Time to set up the last poll on who's the culprit. Right, let me set up that poll. So clue 3, let me write this down real quick. Monster accessed the back stairwell. Both clues point to a permanent key. Probably deep sea diver guy. Probably Gil. Gil, the deep sea diver. Monster High live action. No, it's videos on it on my channel. Ooh, I need to check this out. Maybe I'm the bad guy. Bad Guy by Billie Eilish starts playing. Duh. Jeff the security guard is the great nephew of Jeff Tucker from Secret of the Old Clock. I like it. I like it a lot. Headcanon accepted. Background character who gives sandwiches to the characters. I just know she's a spy. Yeah. Oh my god, I can't stop yawning. Sorry. All right, let me set up the next poll. All right, let's see. Who done it? Coral Reef. Gil Gupperson. My brain is like, that's not a real name. Somebody's name is actually Gupperson, and I've just hurt their feelings deeply. I'm so sorry. And Dr. Piedmont. Characters based on Lily. Oh, I love Lily Munster. We were just talking about the Munsters. Hey, Matilda. Interested in seeing the live action Monster High movie. I love the Monster High style. I've actually never seen Monster High. I should. Remember SpongeBob? I don't. I didn't watch that much SpongeBob. Avery does suspiciously sit in that chair a lot, sipping from those mugs. We're watching you. And I definitely don't have secret agent missions when I'm not here. That's definitely not a thing. Nessie, which is my favorite. It's interesting. Avery, hope you're doing well. Hi, I'm doing good. How are you? I'm just having an ADHD moment, but other than that, it's been a good day. Remember when SpongeBob and Mr. Krabs think they killed the health inspector? I do kind of remember that. I do kind of remember that, but it's a very blurry memory. I'll just do a video where it's like, I didn't watch that much SpongeBob as a kid, so I watched every episode. One of those. It'll be like a Quentin review style video. Okay. Doing good. LOL, I have ADHD moments a lot. Yeah, okay, so you get it. It's just one of those moments where it's like, your brain just is just like, really trying hard to not focus on the thing you're trying to focus on. That's me. This is the time of night where my meds start to wear off, so we're just like, yay. A double feature of Creature from Black Lagoon and Phantom of the Opera in theaters at the end of the month. Ooh, I'm seeing Phantom the musical in New York in December. That's so much fun. I hope you have so much fun. Have you seen the Quentin Reviews video, Sam and Cat? I haven't seen it yet because my brother and I watch it. We sit down and watch them together like movies. And usually because we both do editing work, so I was gonna just go sit in with him at some point and just watch it with him, and we haven't done that yet. So I've been waiting. At ADHD moments too. Oh yeah. No, they're very frequent. They just come when they come, and it's just like, oh, okay. It's fine. I wasn't doing anything important, brain. You can do whatever you want. I have Asperger's and OCD. Quite enough complications. Yeah, I don't have Asperger's, but I do know what OCD is like. And when OCD flares up, it is hell on earth. I'm sorry you also deal with that. ADHD club. We have jackets. Yay, jackets. We all have jackets, but we've all lost them. And we only remember that we have them right before we're running out the door, and then we're late a couple minutes because we need to get our jacket. Sam hacks into the school website and changes Carly's grades. Yes, I remember that one. All right, let's see. Our boy's gonna set up a trap. All right, Clue Keeper entry 7. We decided that the best way to lure the seaweed monster back was to continue on the dolphin show. Once the golden dolphin made its appearance, the monster was sure to come back and try to scare us again. Mr. Bellows said he'd help us and went to get the dolphins ready. Like, sounds like a good plan, Shaggy said. But what's the catch? There's no catch, Daphne said. Oh, yes, there is, Shaggy said, shaking his head. There's always a catch, and it usually involved me and Scooby. Well, Shaggy, Fred began. Here we go, Shaggy moaned. I'll need your help on the far side of the tank, Fred said. That way, when the seaweed monster runs by, we can use the big nets over there to catch him. Rand Ree? Scooby asked. Scooby, you have the easiest job, I said. All you have to do is take a short run. Ruh? Scooby asked, sitting up. That's no such big deal for a brave dog like you, right, Scooby? Daphne said to him. Ruh-uh, Scooby disagreed. He crossed his paws. I know what will make him even braver, I said. How about a Scooby snack? Scooby licked his lips. Okay, he agreed. Usually he doesn't fold until they give him at least a couple. I heard Jeanette McCurdy's book is really good too. I haven't read it yet because I feel like it's going to be a lot, but I want to read it for sure. I tossed a Scooby snack into the air and he gobbled it down. Mr. Bellows came back over to the rest of us. Everything's ready, he said. I'll be over here to handle the dolphins. Great, Fred said. Shaggy and I will hide at the other end with those big nets. Scooby, you wait with Mr. Bellows. When the seaweed monster appears, get him to chase you down, get him to chase you down to us. Right, Scooby replied, saluting Fred like a soldier. Daphne and I will sit in the VIP box and cheer, I said. That way the seaweed monster will think there's a real show going on, with 2 people watching. We all took our places. The voice on the loudspeaker came back to narrate the show. Mr. Bellows raised his arms above his head, and the dolphins suddenly jumped out of the water. They each turned a double flip and splashed back into the tank. Soon the water started bubbling, and fountains of water sprayed up into the air. Oh, excuse me. Ugh. The golden dolphin slowly rose to the surface. Daphne and I cheered and applauded. Suddenly, we heard a noise come from under our seats. The seaweed monster ran out from one of the secret passages beneath the stands. It raised its seaweedy arms and let out a terrible howl. Yikes! Scooby shouted. Scooby started to run, and the seaweed monster started to chase him. As Scooby ran, his paws slipped on the puddles, left over from the big dolphin splashes. He slid along the ground, right past where Fred and Shaggy were hiding. The seaweed monster also lost his footing. Whee! Fred and Shaggy threw the net down, but the seaweed monster was sliding too fast. Poor Fred's traps hardly ever work. Ruh-oh, Scooby gasped. He and the seaweed monster slid off the dock and onto a short diving board extending over the dolphin tank. Splash! This made me think of the Young Gravy song. Splash! Scooby started dog paddling as hard as he could. The seaweed monster swam after him. Just as the seaweed monster was about to grab Scooby's tail, the monster suddenly shot into the air. It splashed back into the tank and then went up again. 2 of the dolphins were tossing the monster around like a beach ball. The other dolphins swam under Scooby and took him back to the side of the tank. Fred and Shaggy helped him out. Right, Scooby thanked the dolphin. As Daphne and I ran over, we saw one of the dolphins flip the seaweed monster high into the air. The monster sailed through the air and landed right in the dolphin netting at the far end of the tank, like a beach ball. Man, talk about the perfect catch, Shaggy said. We all ran right over to the netting. Now let's see who's really behind all this, Fred said. All right, back at the soup dish. That was some adventure, wasn't it? Says Daphne. And now that you've finished reading the Clue Keeper, I'll bet you're ready to solve the mystery. Open up your own Clue Keeper and take a look at your notes, Fred suggests. Review your list of suspects to refresh your memory. Then look at your clues, Velma continues. Try to figure out which of the suspects go with each of the clues. I'm sure things will come together pretty quickly. Once you've figured it out for yourself, we'll give you the real solution to the mystery, Daphne says. Turn the page when you are ready. All right. Yeah, I want to read her book for real. Jeanette McCurdy's book. A little accurate about the ADHD jackets, yeah. Basically, I've created Transformers characters based on the Transformers that turn into video game content. That sounds so cool. I love everybody writing about their creative writing endeavors. I love it. Glad you're reading this for us. I hate reading. I like reading, but I go through phases where I either hyperfixate on reading and I want to read like everything really quickly, and then I read I listen to like multiple audiobooks and read a bunch of books really quickly. And then I go through phases that I've been doing lately, which aside from these streams, I haven't been reading anything. Like lately I've just been in this slump where I'm just like, I just feel like I cannot focus on anything long enough to read it all the way through. And if I start it and don't finish it, I feel really bad. First thing I ever did in high school during sophomore was taking Spanish tests. Woo. Studying in the bathroom during test. I love it. Whee! Yeah, I just got yeeted across the room. Cameron, I was just wondering if you were gonna show up. I missed you tonight. How are you? The character is having a secret affair with Velma. Oh yeah, I remember that. Our self-insert character. The original pitch for the 90s Mario was more fantasy themed and truer to the source material. Arnold Schwarzenegger is King Koopa. Oh, has everybody seen the trailer for the Mario movie? Lazy reader, like I have to want to read. Yeah. If someone throws a book to me and tells me to read it, it's not going to sink in for me. Yeah. I struggled really hard in school when I had like assigned reading. It was really, really hard for me to concentrate on like a classic book long enough to actually read it and absorb it. And of course, back then I didn't know that I had ADHD. So everybody just thought I was, a bad student. Myself hooked back into a book to finish, and sometimes would be reading, but the read halfway to stop. Yeah, I do that too. Wait. Trying out either. Yes, yeah. Cameron's seen the trailer. Yeah, the trailer looks surprisingly wrong. So the trailer looks good, except for I'm not sure what I was expecting from Chris Pratt as Mario, but it wasn't this, so I don't know. But other than that, everything else looks good. Bowser looks fun. The animation looks fun. What's your Halloween video list this year? Ooh, it keeps swapping because there's so many things. So I know for a fact that we're just gonna do, and I know we always do Halloween stuff, like in vibes, but like, I have pre-filmed. One of the videos that I have pre-filmed is actually a video about the nightmare room. I was just talking about this with Daniel, and then I wanted to do a video about it, so I watched an episode. And then Daniel from Box Cutter Podcast and I covered the Halloween episode of Out of the Box. We have another Whodunit video coming up. There's going to be Scooby Doo Halloween videos. Does anybody remember last year I did that video on trick-or-treating safety, that PSA video from the 80s, and somebody pointed out that it was version 2, so I found the earlier version 1 from the 70s, and it is wild. I guess Mario is from New York City in the movie. Yeah. Talking about the voice. Yeah, it could be better, but I'm not sure I want a movie with a generic Mario voice either. Yeah, that's true. That's very true. I'm not sure how that would work either. And it might be one of those things where I end up liking the movie and then I feel bad. Monster House is this year. I was saying before, Patrick was nice enough to send me Monster House on DVD, so it's that much easier for me to cover it. Being in college now, I didn't realize how much reading I had to do to control. I have function on the laptop does wonders in getting me to what I want. Yeah. Yep. Do that a lot. What are you studying, if you don't mind my asking? All the voices are fitting with the exception of Mario. I don't know. It feels off. Yeah. We can keep seeing each other. I have a but I love you. Okay. Well, maybe our character is also a woman, you know? We'll find a workaround. All the box fans, Tony is saying that pickle pet, yes. What's trippy to me is how the world is both large and small at the same time. We're on the one planet, yet so much is yet to be explored and discovered. Some may not even see places beyond their state or country. Yeah, I've never left the country. I've seen a lot of the country, but I haven't left the country. Sorry, getting back to the book, because I know we're literally almost to the reveal. Who do we think it is, right? We think it's the diver? I think it's the diver, for sure. I couldn't, did the poll never go up? The poll just never started. Okay, I apologize for that. Apparently Firefox is just not. It's been doing this. I don't know why it does this, and I don't know. The poll did go up. Okay. For a second, I thought it just straight up didn't go, and I was just like, but why? Going into a biology major. Oh, that's cool. I kind of want to be a wildlife biologist. That's very, very cool. My best friend Natasha, who's always on the channel, she studied biology, pre-med, and all that stuff. Yep, saw the new Velma teaser. Very excited. Vivian told me she hears Pickle Pet too. Yeah, it does sound like Pickle Pet for sure. Okay. So yeah, let's see. Oh, most people think coral. Interesting. Okay. Maybe I'm wrong. I've been wrong with these before. Be fair to me, I did think it was I did suspect the actual culprit, but I second guessed myself, and so I was still wrong. Okay. Are we ready for the reveal? Have we braced ourselves? Name stream when? Oh, I don't know. Ever since I got booted off because of Smosh, I'm scared now. I'm like, I don't know what stream to save. Okay, ready, guys? 3, 2, 1. Oof. It is the deep sea diver guy. It was Gil Gupperman, Velma says, and I have a hunch you guessed that too. All of the suspects had reasons for wanting to scare people away from the aquarium, Fred reminds you, and they all seemed to want their revenge on Jonah Bellows. That's why the clues were so important. Remember the first... Well, clues are always important in solving crimes, Fred. Remember the first clue, Daphne asks? That piece of green plastic was cut from one of the green aquarium ponchos. In fact, the seaweed monster's whole costume was made from a bunch of ponchos. Can you... What an arts and crafts costume. But one of the suspects could have done that, Fred says. Even Carol Reith could have bought the ponchos at the gift shop. And since both Dr. Piedmont and Gil Gupperman worked at the aquarium, Velma adds, they would be able to get their hands on them at any time. The second clue we found was the security pass card, Daphne says, and only an aquarium employee would have one of those. That eliminated Carol Reith, but still kept the suspicion on Dr. Piedmont and Gil, Fred says. It wasn't until the last clue that everything fell into place. The last clue was knowing about the secret staircase down to the underground rooms, and only a full-time aquarium employee would know about those, Daphne says. Dr. Piedmont was only a visitor to the aquarium, remember, Fred asked? That left only Gil Gupperman. It looks like you solved another exciting mystery, Velma says. Excuse me, Shaggy says. My cat is throwing herself against the door. I will let her in 1 second. But there's still one mystery left to solve. What's that? Asked Daphne. Like the mystery of how to convince the cooks here to make Scooby and me some pizza soup. Everyone starts laughing. Ruby, Ruby, Roo! Scooby barks happily, and there's a picture of happy, smiling Scooby Doo. And here's a picture of Gil sneaking up the stairs in his weird costume. Anyway, the end. Clues are important. No kidding. In other news, the sky is blue and the sun sets at night, right? Oh, dang it, I was wrong again. My mind figured it was Gil probably when he first spoke, yeah. All right, hang on, Perry. I will be right back. I'm gonna go let Perry in. She's being very loud. I wouldn't doubt that you could hear her from out here. Hi, Perry. Okay. Hi. Ooh, if I fell backwards in my own chair on live, that would have been so funny and dumb. Hi, Perry. Say hi to everybody. Say hello. Let's go full cam, because everybody's going to want full cam for Perry. Desk cam. Where's my full cam? There it is. Say hello, Perry. I know. I know. I know. Cat has separation anxiety. She's more of a people person cat than any cat I've ever had. Right? You likes people. I say as she wants to jump down. Okay, don't knock over the stack of books that's currently on the floor, please. Thank you. Kitty cat. Hair's getting long. Yeah, the hair is getting very long. I need to redo the color. It needs a trim. I'm probably going to keep it long for a while, though. Kitty! Hi, Perry, though. 49 more episodes of Around the Twist to do. Yes, and we know that I'm terrified of at least a couple of them. Another case solved, and it's the 10th one. Yes, 10 down, 14 left to go. Yay, book over. Yes. Oh no, how will I build this Loch Ness monster? Hey, I have 600 ponchos I need to get rid of. Exactly. The least tech we've ever had. Doofenshmirtz Evil Incorporated. Yeah, I need this. Every time we see Perry, I need to add in the little doobie doobie dooba sound. Cute kitty. Thanks, Chris. She is a mess, but we love her. Come on, Perry. You want to come back up? Nope, you just want to... Nope, you just want to knock everything over and leave. I'm here for the rest of the series. Yes! Yes. Wait until you cover the Lucy Show. Me too! I've been meaning to cover Dick Van Dyke too, so that DVD you sent would be very helpful. Come on, Perry. She's just staring at me, but she won't jump up here. Looks pretty though. Oh, thank you. I have two kitties named Pomegranate and Golf Ball. I love that. I love that so much. Yeah, so this is book number 10. Let me scooch my boy over. Let's go back to top-down camera for a second. Desk cam. I keep looking. It's a labeled desk cam, and I labeled it, so I should have labeled it something that I was more apt to remember. But I'm always forgetting that it's desk cam and not like just top down. So I always look past it. All right, let's see. 10 books down. Let's see what the next one in the series is. The Case of the Purple Knight. Mary needs a little fedora hat. Yes, she does. Shower. Oh, I haven't seen that one. I'm so excited. I'm tripped out by the fact that there's just a pterodactyl out there flying around in the jungle. And in What's New Scooby Doo, a similar thing happened with a coral like animal. Yeah, no, Scooby Doo throws you some curveballs. We do the Lucy Show, Dick Van Dyke DVD. Oh yeah, can I show the DVD? Yes. It's like down here, like just out of reach. Hang on. There we go. I got it. All right, so we have 6 episodes of the Dick Van Dyke Show here and 8 episodes of the Lucy Show on here. It looks like for Dick Van Dyke, we have A Man's Teeth Are Not His Own, Bank Book, Hustling the Hustler, Never Name a Duck, Give Me Your Walls, and the Night the Roof Fell In. All fantastic episodes. The Lucy Show, which I don't think I've seen any of these episodes. Lucy and the Bean Queen, Lucy Meets the Law, Lucy's Barbershop Quartet, Lucy and Viv Put in a Shower, Lucy Meets Pat Cullens, Little Old Lucy, Lucy Meets Tennessee Ernie Ford, and Lucy Gets Caught Up in the Draft. Very excited. I love how like Scooby Doo lore started with like, there's a logical explanation for everything. Scare tactics are often a distraction from a money-making scheme. Don't ask any questions about why the dog talks, though. Exactly. Yeah. It's like there's a logical explanation for everything except for our talking dog. Most of the time, it's disproving monsters, and then boom, random pterodactyls. Yeah, every once in a while they're like, but monsters are real, though. Lucy and Viv Put in a Shower. One of my faves. Have it on another DVD. That's so cool. I'm so excited. Wondering what I should send when I ever get to it. Oh, thanks, Chris. Even if you just want to send me like a note, I'll write back, like pen pals. I always write notes back. Patrick, I wrote you a second note because now I actually have my wax seal, so I wanted to show you the wax seal. So I wrote you another thank you note. Best 50s Atomic Creature feature. Big Bug Films. Wait, which? I missed something. Oh, them. Yes. Yes, I should cover that. I love creature features. Maybe it's a hologram and the real cat is fighting a mad scientist. You don't know that it isn't. You don't know that me or my cat isn't a secret agent. Oh, damn, I want a wax seal note. Yeah, anybody who sends me mail with a return address so I actually know where to send it, I always send back a note. And now I have my wax seals, so we're super fancy again. I'll try to get something out by the end of the year. Birthday. Oh, thank you. Don't feel obligated like you have to send anything. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, I Love Lucy and the Lucy Show are technically different shows. A mega weird movie I can bet few people have seen, but everyone needs to have a physical copy. Oh, I know, like being part of the group, though. Yeah. Well, I was telling them before you got on, I repurposed. My mom was getting rid of this side table that she didn't want anymore, like this side little dresser thing. And so the top of it is where I put anything that anybody has sent me that's like for display, like little figurines or things like that. Top of it is all that. Then underneath there's a big cabinet where I keep all the like books and movies and games that everybody's been sending me, which is so sweet. And then also there is a drawer in it, and the drawer I use to put everybody's like notes, letters, postcards, all that kind of stuff in. So it's all organized. Tries an unbreakable dish. Yes. Ghostbusters crossover with Scooby Doo where the Ghostbusters fight big. So that was one of those things we've talked about that previously. I always thought there was a Ghostbusters Scooby Doo crossover, and I guess I just made that up in my mind because it just makes so much sense to me. Sometimes I sit in on your stream when I'm at work or something, but I never have the opportunity to talk. Hi, I'm glad to talk to you, Brooks Journey. I'm glad. Thank you for being here, and thank you for being here all the other times. We appreciate you. I'm when I'm on stream as a viewer, I'm almost always a lurker, so I totally get not participating in chat. But it's good to talk to you. I'm glad to know you're there. Yeah, there should be a Ghostbusters crossover though. Patrick. Okay, so let's wait. Let me read this. Do we want? I could put a thing out on the community thing too. But what do we want for tomorrow night's stream? Do we want to read the next Scooby Doo book, or do we want to switch over and read like a Good Ghouls Go Bad, or one of the books sent in, one of the Wishbone books, or Hardy Boys? Like, do we have? What do we? If we want to take a break from the Scooby Doo before we're done with all of them, that's perfectly fine. We'll get all of them. Yeah, we read 10 of them. Again, I didn't miscount. Plus your positivity has been a real breath of fresh air. Sir, it's been rough, but I'm a fighter. Aw, thank you for sharing that. That makes it that's exactly why that's what makes me keep doing this, even though like I don't think of myself as a great creator or anything. Just if the content can be calming, my cat is acting like she is a prisoner. I'm gonna keep talking. If the stuff is calming, then that makes me so happy, and I'm so glad to hear that, because it can be calming for me too. I can kind of do the Wishbone voice. Nice. Do something for later. Do you have any Goosebumps books? Oh, I do. Up here, and then up here where you can't see. This is actually all 62 of the original Goosebumps books, and in the other room, there's a whole other shelf of Goosebumps books, like from the other iterations. I'm by no means close to having all of them, but I do have quite a lot of them. With Wishbone, but looking forward to maybe Goosebumps book. Yes, Goosebumps is going to be fun. I've not been able to. Yep. Later, Gators. Bye. Thank you, Cameron. Okay, Goosebumps, have fun. I do need to start doing Goosebumps. I'm gonna do a video where I try to read all of the Goosebumps books in like a week. And that's gonna go in tandem with me reading all of them in order. So yes. Or reading them on stream, so yes. Yeah, I do need to read Paul Jennings' short stories. I've never read them. What's the story? Wishbone. Yes. Oh, it's so many. Yeah, no, I'll probably never own, and I'll probably never own like all of the R.L. Stine books, because the man has written hundreds of books, but my Goosebumps collection has grown quite a bit. Choose your own scare. Oh yeah, the Give Yourself Goosebumps. I have a few of those too. There's like almost 50 of just the Choose Your Own Adventure, the Give Yourself Goosebumps ones. And it's like, oh my god. But hang on, let me read this like I was trying to do. Hi, Perry. Hi. You are such a dramatic cat. You want to come up here and say hi? You want to come up here? Come on, Perry. Come on. I believe in you. I've seen you like vault up onto the counter. I know you can make this jump. Come on. No, she's like, I can, but I just don't want to. Perry is like a 2 or 3 year old cat. We've had her ever since we took her in. She was, oh, there we go. Hi. No, do not bother the Sanderson sisters. Don't knock them down. I just got them positioned up there. Perry, what are we doing? What's this? What is this? What are we doing? What? Yes, we all love Mary Sanderson. No, if you're watching this, you have many fans of your work in this house, including Perry. Okay, Perry, please. Okay. Oh, and we're gone again. Okay. Christmas Horrorland series was so much fun. The series I grew up listening to. Panic Park book was so fun. I actually just found that one at a Goodwill just the other day. Yay, I love cats. I love cats too. I have 4 of them. I love the Wishbone episodes. When it makes the bullies plant flowers. Yes, it's great. Yeah, his memoir called It Came from Ohio. I don't own it, but yeah. I think that's really cute. R.L. Stine is just really cute. I was just reading a post that somebody made about how he was the speaker at their graduation, and he made a point of saying he doesn't remember who was the speaker at his graduation, and he doesn't remember who was the speaker at his son's graduation. So instead of giving like a big speech about how this is the next chapter of your life, he just told them a ghost story so they'd have something memorable. I think that man's great. Oh, Nightbot. Nightbot actually got one of the spam things. That's nice. It looked for a second like Nightbot was perpetuating the spam, and I was like, Nightbot has gone to the dark side. I can call on the ceiling if they wanted, but the moment you want them at a place, they have severe and immediate onset muscular atrophy. Oh yeah, no, for sure. Cats know that they don't have to do anything. Have any of the Animorphs books? I don't actually. I've been talking with Milo about how I've never like read or watched Animorphs, and how I want to. Harry is laying on the Nancy Drew notebooks book. But no, I don't have any of the Animorphs books. I should try to find some for stream. But yeah, we'll definitely do a reading stream tonight. If people want to take a break from Scooby Doo for a second, we can definitely do that. But let me read the thing for this and then log the one that we just read in our, what am I trying to say? Goodreads. SpongeBob episode. Okay, wait. Oh, let me go back to my sounds. We got another Zoinks. What is that, 4? Oh, I scared Perry with the Zoinks. Sorry, Perry. The Scooby Gang needs you. Join them at a live enactment of a real medieval tournament. But beware, a ghost knight has come back to enforce an ancient curse. He's after anyone who dares to wear the fabled crown of King Arthur. Uh-oh, someone has just put on the crown, and here comes trouble. How will Scooby Doo and the gang get out of this one? How will you? Think fast before this is one night you'll never forget. I mean, we'll get out of it because we're only hearing it retroactively. Kate had dinner, took a shower. He cuts it in my bathroom. How long is this book? We're done with the book. The book is done. It would have been even shorter, but I kept getting distracted in the middle. No, I have not done any series of well, unless you count the Natasha and I played the Series of Unfortunate Events board game on stream a couple months back. But yeah, I've been meaning to read the books, and I've been meaning to cover the movie and possibly the Netflix series. Heavenly Sonic with the sword, yeah. Okay, so see how they run. Aw. Yeah. Okay, so the book is done. What I'm gonna go chill. Hope everyone's well. Missed you, Avery. Thanks, Chris. See you. I know I only posted one video this week. Like, posting this video today, it was a week since the last post, and it's only been a few days. It's been less than 2 weeks since I last streamed, but it feels like forever, you know? Okay, Perry, hang on. I'll let you out. Hang on, guys. 1 second. All right, Perry. I know. All right, we're back. So random. Did anybody else play the Scooby Doo board game? No, I never played the Scooby Doo board game. I don't think that'd be so much fun. With a new studio. The Leaf, that's cool. The story is great. Okay, let me go over to we were talking about Fix before. I have a tab, but my friend sent me all her bookmarked AO3 Fix, and that's there, so that's funny. What am I doing? Where am I going? What was I looking for? This is what I was doing. There we go. Okay. Here. Let me get it set up so that I can actually see. I'm gonna do this. Trying to make it so that I can actually read my comments, but the Firefox is like, what read comments? You're telling me you want to read them in real time? On fire and then it wasn't. Yeah, that was a day. I've worked on a set where people's hair got low-key caught on fire because the sparks from the pyrotechnics were falling on their heads. That was a day. It was a very bad day. Let me go to Goodreads. Go to yep. Yep, there we go. All right. So let's see. Sorry, I can't see chat for 2 seconds because I don't have my phone with me. I don't know why I didn't bring it in with me today. Just pull up my books. Let's search for Scooby Doo and the Case of the Seaweed Monster. Let's mark it as read. Whoops. No. Nope, don't mark it as want to read. Mark it as we read it. We did it. We did the thing. There we go. Mark it as read. Let's write a review, but give me a second. I feel like this could be a 4 stars out of all of them. Let's mark it on both of my Scooby Doo books. Both the hey, I have it in the collection and also we read it book. Go here. Sorry, I'm putting us on this so that I could pop this up and look at it again without seeing the void. Chat ate it, but it looked for my physical copy, but it's you should definitely check out the movie The Incredible Mr. Limpet. I've heard of that movie. I've heard of it. I haven't seen it, but I have heard of it and I do want to see it. So thank you for reminding me. Featuring the late great Don Knotts. Yes, I have heard of this movie. No. Didn't know you shot the Michael Jackson Pepsi commercial. It wasn't. No one's hair was like that. It wasn't like Michael Jackson, like flames, but it was sparks going in people's hair, and it was a lot to deal with at work. Puberty Blues. Yeah, I haven't seen Puberty Blues yet. Okay. So what do we think of the book that we just read as a whole? As far as if you're new here, we've started this thing where not only am I keeping a record of the books I collect for stream, but keeping a record of which ones we've read on stream, and then stream has been helping me write a Goodreads review. And if anybody ever finds them, except for people on the stream, they'll probably be very confused. Predictable and juvenile story in the comments of every Scooby Doo Goodreads. LOL. Perfect. I find it quite simple. Yeah. 3 out of 5 for 5. It was a little corny. They're all a little corny, you know. Let's say let's say safely 3, because like the clues weren't that interesting or whatever. Let's go to small cam. And then now that we're on small cam, let's see. Are we on small cam? Are we on small cam? We are. Oh, now we're in the void. We're definitely on small cam. All right. Hang on. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna say 3.5. Clues. Clues weren't that interesting. But I am impressed that an adult man made a seaweed monster suit out of 600 ponchos. Damn, go back. Excited for you to read the Nancy Drew notebook story. Me too. Craving it. The janitor was given a cool, awesome name. Oh yes. Thank you for reminding me. Small cam. Our favorite character was the unnamed janitor, and we were offended for him that he didn't have oh my god, have a name. We named him ourselves. His name is now Jeff Williams. What did I say his last name was? Whitewater, like Whitewater Rapids, because of the whole water theme. And his superhero name is Finn. What was it? What was the last name that Hillary gave? Oh, it was a security guard. That's right. It was a security guard. 2 clues being found in one chapter seemed like they had to have a clue minimum and had to fit them somewhere. Not the most obvious clues. Yes. Finn Bass. That's right. I just remembered. Finn Bass. Yes. I thought of it, and then I saw you write it, and I was like, yes. Up here, I'll say the fact that we found, whoops, oh my god, 2 clues in one chapter makes it feel like there was a clue, and they had to fit them in somewhere. Not the most obvious clues. I love how we always are like kind of trying to give it a fair review and then also just always off the rails. Hey, David. I've been streaming for like 7 hours. I have only been streaming for 3 hours and 18 minutes. I'm gonna get off soon. We're wrapping up the mystery for tonight. Mystery makes me think that the song "We Could Be Here." Yes, yeah. Yeah, that's a fun song. I like it. I I will say this about the book that we just finished. In all honesty, the oh wait, I didn't change that it was Janet. It was a security guard. The boss guy that's our contact and not a suspect was the most annoying character. And I wish he was the culprit. Also, the dolphin lady was completely right, and if she was guilty, we could have let it slide. Matt Very Wrong just popped in to say hi and yell at you to take care of yourself. Good night, everyone. Thank you, David. I appreciate you. Yeah, I think that's a fair review. I think that's fair. Right? We have anything else to add, or I always sign it. Sincerely, the Scooby Doo crew. 2022. Haha! Or I'll say hi in the reviews because spoilers. Start date, what's the date today? The 7th. Start date is October 7th, and guess what? The end date, oh, we can just say set it to today, that's right. Yeah. With love and condemnation, yes. With love and condemnation, I like that. Love, with love and condemnation. Scooby Doo crew. Somebody's just gonna be so good. I mean, nobody's reading these books except for us, but if somebody was, they'd be so confused. They'd be like, what the fuck? So long and thanks for all the fish. Yes, 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 yes. I will add that too. So long and thanks for all the fish. And soup. I'm gonna say and soup. There we go. Voice recording of me attempting to sing the song. I cannot hit the notes. LOL. I feel that. I have a very low register, so I don't do well with very like those songs that are like way up here. But all right, let's log that book. All right, that is logged. We have logged it. It is a logged book on our profile. Oh, I have 4 friends. We have 4 friends from the community on this page. I love that. Sorry, I got distracted for a second. Let's log the shit out of that book. There's nothing more satisfying than like finishing a book and being able to log it on Goodreads. As a reader, that's like the most satisfying reader thing. Whoop, whoop. Okay. All right. Well, let's see. Will Firefox work? That is the big question, isn't it? Please, Firefox, let me end the stream. It's been a very fun stream, but I would like to go to bed now. Honestly, I like the idea of trolling comments for Goodreads. So here's the thing, right? Nobody, if it was like, I understand that a lot of people use Goodreads reviews genuinely to just figure out what books they're gonna buy or spend their time reading, but there's a lot of really pretentious people on Goodreads, and like when it comes to like these, you know, nostalgic books that nobody's seriously like poring over the comments being like, should I read this Encyclopedia Brown book? Should I read this Scooby Doo book? I think it's fun to just like have kind of a little bit of a laugh, because then if anybody is looking through, like if anybody's in a Goodwill or somewhere and comes across the book and is just trying to get some information on it and they see that, they're just gonna be like, what the hell? And then they might read it. Firefox, please work. I need all the sleep I can get. Right? I don't sleep very well anyway. But thank you all for being here. I appreciate you so much. I promise I will be back tomorrow, and it will not be another 12 days before streaming, and I will also be working on a video pretty soon. Or I will be working on a video immediately tomorrow, and there will be another video. Oh, and I also have to do, I know I've been saying I would do an editing stream, so I'll make sure that happens soon, too. But thank you guys for being here. I'll see you tomorrow, or whenever I see you. Have a good day, night, unit of time. Time zones are fun. And I will see you. And my cat has dared to bump Mary a little bit. Whoop. I've kind of made like, there we go. There we go. And they're all like fighting for space on this very tiny shelf. I need a bigger shelf for it. Anyway, good night, everybody. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you for watching the new video. Thank you for being here, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.